Heidi ho everyone, my name's Mr. Fruit, and welcome to the third installment of the GG Over Easy podcast. This podcast is sponsored by Nobody Still. This one's kind of on us now. I got one email. Yeah. I got an email about a sponsorship.
You got an email?
I didn't follow up, but we got an email about one.
Well, who can blame you? You're busy.
So,
busy guy.
I'm a busy guy. So I guess we can't really make that excuse anymore. We're not exactly trying to find sponsorships. So unless Coke comes knocking on my door, like, hey, we got you, Coke Esports.
Coke Esports, baby.
You remember back in Rob might remember. I don't know if you guys MLG Halo 3. I remember Dr. Pepper would do the MLG like makeovers.
Yeah, the gaming house.
And if you won the sweepstakes, they'd come to your house, like redo your whole room, and there's just like, here's a Dr. Pepper mini fridge, and then they'd have like a Dr. Pepper neon sign, but then the rest is super decked out, and you're like, oh, I always wanted to win
Dr.
that.
Pepper's repping me, dude, repping my set.
I never won. I don't think I ever tried.
Feels bad.
But
you gotta have a bad setup though. You had a nice setup.
Well, not back then. I was playing on. I told you I was playing on the 6-inch black and white, like one of those old school portable TVs that had a VCR tape under the thing. Yeah, I used to, and it didn't even fit my resolution. So Halo 3, I couldn't see my mini map. I couldn't see any of that. That's what I started on. That was my setup at the time. It was janky. Because my parents, I wasn't supposed to be playing Halo. So it was really easy to just dashboard, and they come in and be like, what are you doing? And I'd literally be like, just browsing.
I had a very similar experience with World of Warcraft. My mom thought that taking away the discs meant that I couldn't play World of Warcraft anymore. Little she know that was not the case.
No way, that's hilarious.
Dad will beat the system.
And it was only until very recently that my mother found those discs, and they are sitting right over there.
Yeah, she's probably like, oh, honey, I'm so sorry. You haven't been able to play this game in a decade.
And like you were sad, like, no, don't take my discs.
I mean, I thought I sold it. I probably didn't, because teenagers are stupid. But
yeah, you're like, all right, fine, take them.
Even back then, people weren't ready for the optimal DPS.
Not even your own mother.
As you'll all see, if you're watching this, if you're not, we'll try and not use as many visual cues now, because now we can see each other and stuff, so it's harder to not talk about that. But I realize a lot of you aren't actually watching this. You're listening to it. So we're doing face cams now. You'll see something special, though. Blue is...
Hey guys, it's me.
You'll see his beautiful face cam.
It's me.
It's Blue Eslo.
Hey, why are you guys dissing my drawing, man?
I thought it was dope.
Okay,
I mean, as soon as I saw fruits, it was just like, this. Why do you still even want me to draw one? This is over.
Is this your job, bro? Is what you do this for a living, bro?
Well, I was gonna have fun with it. I was like, oh, cool. I think I can make a pretty cool avatar. It's like, oh, this turned out pretty well.
That's not having fun with it. That is getting a graphic design degree and then drawing it. That's not having fun with it. That's taking it to the next level.
Yeah, I was having fun. You see that thing? You see that thing up there? Wherever I am on your face.
I like the memes. When I saw fruits, I was like, oh, bro, nobody's gonna do better than this. Come on.
You know what? I even on Christians that I threw it off for me. The fact he had the twinkle on the sunglasses.
He went in, dude.
He doesn't even have to do that.
Why gotta be so extra?
Okay.
You got shadowing on the scarf and everything.
Right? But you see the Harry Potter scar
to hit it with the stroke effect, and we're done.
Effect.
Some black outlines.
Okay, so if you're confused, what we're gonna be doing from now on, so we did it this episode to show you all, lead by example. Blue's not comfortable doing face cam. We talked about this. So instead of doing a Doge webcam or something, we're going to get the viewers involved, you at home. And so what you guys are going to do every week is you're going to submit your own Blue avatars. So his penguin mascot, honestly, you could probably make it anything. His Destiny character, a pinata. Yeah, I don't really care.
Variety.
Yeah, but you're going to...
An IRL picture?
You draw what you
looks like?
I don't
know. A human?
You can do whatever you want. Just make sure it's square ratio. So 200 by 200 pixels. I don't know. Make it at least, I think, 400 by 400 for the Skype, I think. So at least 400 by 400 pixels. But then you need to tweet it at me, but also use the hashtag GGOverEasy You don't need to like capitalize it. Just GG over easy because if you
Oh.
don't,
sponsors, but we got our own hashtag.
but if you don't do that, it might get lost. So that's why you need to use a hashtag so that then we can come back and just look through the hashtag and see all the art that people have submitted. So again, hashtag GG over easy. Spell out over. That's all you got to do. Submit it on Twitter though, and then every week Blue's avatar will change. I'm gonna go ahead and put my avatar though up that I did, so you can just see if you're watching.
He's proud of it too.
You can see,
you know
can
he
see
went
mine.
in on that.
No, my favorite part
I'll
though
tell
is
you. I guess if you guys want
look
to see
at
it,
my avatar, and then the other one on the screen is Datto's avatar.
It just slowly degrades. It's
And then we have
best, and then it just like
You
someone
versus
put
the
it
guy
down.
she tells you not to worry about.
because we did a poll, and I knew as soon as Rob's like, okay, fine, here's mine. I knew as soon as Rob submitted his, it's over. Like, there's no point because if you give people a meme and a poll, and you want a serious result, you have to
But
realize.
that's not
Yeah,
me.
if
That's a
you're
piece of
gonna-
art.
if-
That
Yeah.
is art,
That's a
dude.
piece of art.
Let the audience meme, they're gonna meme.
Da Vinci.
That's what's
Da
gonna
Vinci
happen.
himself.
They live for it. So yeah,
I
this
worked
is
really hard on that, just so you know.
this is our
That
hobby.
is
The
4
Fits
minutes of
first
finger-breaking.
first famous painting. The auctions will start at 50,000.
Oh my god, that'd be sick. 50,000
Bro,
bitcoins.
you joke, but
That's
like
a
in
lot of
50
money.
years, memes are gonna be like at art museums.
The meme,
Like Pepe?
meme
I'm
museum.
skeptical of that.
Yeah,
Like
I
a
feel.
perfect
The
marble
meme
sculpture
museum?
of Pepe.
Meme
Like
museum.
a Feels Badman or Monk.
And this is the Pepe.
Can I just say, when you're talking about the hashtag, the name of the podcast, I like it, but I feel like you guys missed a branding opportunity.
Oh no!
Oh,
Could have
Optimal
got
branding.
optimal.
Wait for it.
Okay, hit us
the
with it.
Dreamcast.
Okay, okay.
Dreamcast.
You're gonna
We-
miss out on all that Sega money.
I-
See,
dude.
that's dope.
Okay,
but,
listen.
like,
Oh, I
Oh,
didn't
that's true.
think of that.
No, yeah.
Dream
But, like, I don't wanna-
Any
YouTube
revenue,
search results.
any
but, like,
revenue I would have
enough money.
gotten.
I don't have enough money to get sued right now, Dad. All
I was
right.
gonna say that we'd make no money. It all goes to
can't
Sega.
Those
we need-
Sonic guys love fan creative.
We need
stuff. You guys will be
sponsorships to not
fine.
go bankrupt, please. We got a lawsuit on our
You
hands.
can get
They
Sega
have
to
to want
sponsor
to
you,
sponsor
and you
us.
can promote the
Dude,
Dreamcast.
Sonic would be the 4th member of the Dream Team. There you go.
Oh,
We'll
bro.
sign with them. We'll sign that Sonic could be the 4th.
I'm just saying.
Or Fat the
Door-
Cat. or
Dreamcast.
Big
Doors
Cat,
open,
whatever
Sega.
his
It's
name
your
was.
move.
That name was in the pool of names we were thinking about.
Okay.
But
I
we
wasn't sure if
wanted,
that joke was made.
I didn't even think about it that way though. Like a
Yeah.
Dreamcast, like the
Yeah, I didn't think about that. I
Yeah.
was just thinking podcast dream team.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
But we wanted to stray from it because we weren't sure what the podcast was going to be, so we didn't want to put
Yeah,
ourselves
no,
in the corner.
I feel you. I just
Alright.
I just thought of that joke when I was in the shower, and I was like, I should say that.
that's a
Shower
shower
thought.
thought.
This is peak. This is peak shower thought. I need to write this one down. So that is, yeah. Welcome to the 3rd edition. Our most highly requested guest. We already got him. So honestly, this is kind of.
It's only downhill
And,
from
Yeah,
here.
now, and now it's
honestly.
just yeah.
I don't
and
know
now
where
I'm
we.
here.
I don't know where we go from here. So
You
after
inspired
Data's
me,
episode, we're probably at
The Datto leg.
all
You think
time
this
low.
is peak? I don't think this is peak.
This is peak. No,
You
I
just
think it's
started.
This is optimal peakness right
This
here.
is
who
already.
else is gonna give us the optimization?
There's
you're
plenty
gonna
of
give
good
us?
people out there.
But there's no one like you, Datto.
Actual
So
father.
remember to submit your pictures though on Twitter, so we can use them in the next episode. We were gonna do it every other week, but things got crazy, so we're gonna do it when as the earliest convenient
Just
time
whenever.
for us.
It'll come up whenever
Yeah.
you're ready.
So, all right, well that's one way to put it.
Yeah, make sure to
a
smash
little less
that motherfucker
cordial,
like and
but-
subscribe button.
When you see it in your subscribe box, you click it. There you go.
People have been asking, is it going to SoundCloud, iTunes? What's happening? Listen, that's a great question. I haven't figured that out yet. I want to try and set up iTunes maybe here soon. I don't think they'll be live for these episodes, but
iTunes.
yeah, but when because SoundCloud again, I have to buy
Steve
some
Jobs is
membership or something.
intimidating,
So
bro.
currently, I don't have it. Hopefully in the future, especially if we keep doing this, don't worry to get more professional. We just added face cams. Okay, that's all the budget for this episode, and
Yeah.
Blue's avatar.
Yeah,
'Cause
that-
opportunity
honestly,
comes.
most
Which
of
way
the-
do you have it? Which way do you have it?
I have
Me.
it top right.
Yeah, most
Mine-
of the
It's
guys
to the
are
right of
on
you.
the
It's to the right of you.
Right here? All right.
No, the other way, Dado. Yeah, there. No, Rob, the other way. Okay, yeah, there you go.
Hey,
Hey,
Right there.
My immersion.
You can post them
So,
on Reddit too.
oh yeah, you
like-
could post on the Reddit. If you remember that from last episode, /r/Mr. Fruit for the spiciest memes.
I go subreddit.
I didn't even know I have one, Dad. Okay.
Our Mr. Fruit.
Not
There's some guy just posting like keeping this alive.
Every single post.
Yeah.
We have to keep it alive. Don't let it die.
It's like 11 months old post. Like, is this place dead? He's like, no.
But that's dedication, though. Those are the fans that make the
Shout you
difference.
out.
Yeah, you can't buy those kind of fans. You can try, but
I'll make an our Datto just for you, big guy. All right, how about that?
there probably is. I feel like
you already have one?
Let me check.
I don't know.
Reddit.com.
I hope I don't.
Yeah, there is. You do.
Hey.
Destiny 2 XX MHTN XX mini montage is the 1 day ago, dude. This is an active.
Oh, 1 day ago?
Damn.
Loot
Wow.
Cave, unlimited engrams,
Yeah,
and
poppin'.
token glitch. I gotta click.
I
I'm
didn't
subbing.
make that video. People are making videos for me.
Look at this content, dude.
Maybe they're just sharing content. That's actually where Datto gets all of his ideas, and he actually just copyrights. He
we stumbled on the
intellectual.
gold
Oh,
mine.
we got him! Oh, we
He's
got
outta
him!
here.
We figured him out.
My career.
He gets people to just send him the ideas, and then he's like, some Joe the Schmo YouTuber, who has like 100 subs, and they're like, oh, this big YouTuber copied me. Like, bro, you're small fish. Nobody knows, but really, that's what Datto's up
Who's
to.
going to believe you?
I
Where's
got
the
kind of
proof?
scared because I thought Datto was gonna like break his headset, but I was like, Bluetooth.
Yeah.
Okay, so I asked the comment section what we should do, like a question we should ask, or the same thing we should do to every guest at the start of every podcast, and I'll have you know, the comment section did not help, and I did not see any replies to that question, so I made it up. So we're gonna start asking everybody what their favorite food is, because that's an important topic to me. So Datto, what is your favorite food?
Favorite food: pulled pork sandwich. with
Hey!
Parmesan garlic kettle chips that I can only find at Target.
Wow.
Specifically, that. You
Yeah,
give me
no,
one
I'm
of those
gonna-
every day,
What kind of chips are
I'm the
these?
happiest man.
Only
in
at
the world.
Target.
Kettle.
Hang on, I'll go. Let me go.
Oh, this is about to be
He
fun.
has
like
some.
the-
He probably has like a whole collection.
Yeah.
I'm stockpiling, man.
It's like Doritos. Like only at
Oh,
Target.
classic
Ooh.
right there. Datto's a man of
Super
taste.
good.
Super good.
He's just like, hey man, you don't know when that San Andreas fault is opening up. I need these just in case.
Right.
I
I can always have a
those
stockpile.
chips. I love those chips. So you give me a barbecue pulled pork sandwich with those chips, like iced tea or something. I'm
Dude,
down.
Datto, I will wife you up when you come to Texas. I will take you to the best barbecue places,
I'm down.
bro.
Okay, so
Oh my
does
God.
that mean you're gonna take me when I'm
in-
down in San
yeah, it's
Antonio?
like- It's like in before Dodge, bro.
No, but that reminds me, like, for some reason when I heard your favorite food, there's something about, I don't know if you have Firehouse out there, but Firehouse Subs has this like special cherry limeade, and for have you ever had it, Rob?
I've never had. I've had Firehouse Subs. I've never had.
I haven't had
the-
Yeah,
Firehouse.
I've never had that
I think
drink.
you're about to go
Yeah,
off
but
on.
you go
Yeah.
cherry limeade, okay? You get that. It's almost like a really, I mean, it's totally diabetes, but it's like
Hell yeah.
really sugary fruit punch is almost what it tastes like. And then they have lemons and limes there, and then you squeeze like a lime in there, put it in the drink, mix it up, and I tell you what, man, that is like the perfect topping to any meal, especially
I feel like-
sandwiches.
I feel
So
like every place you go, you have like a low key meta that you've like
No,
developed.
but the Firehouse Subs we always went to had like that standard machine.
yeah,
that
yeah,
was,
but
like,
they have
had all the.
but they have a special thing, like they
Yeah.
have a deal or whatever, so they have their
They have
own
this-
mix
this-
in the
Oh.
Coca.
Is it one of those
freestyle.
like super like
Yeah,
new
it's like one of
machines
those
that has
like,
like,
yeah,
it's like a
yeah.
fat
screen?
Yeah, a really
Those things are
fat
dope.
fridge looking thing. Yeah.
and they
Yeah,
have their
those are dope.
own cherry limeade Firehouse button. And you
I need
press
to look for that. I don't.
Yeah.
I've never actually looked
Next
for
time
that.
I go.
Good.
Next time I go,
Yeah.
I'll try it.
But it's just really good with sandwiches. I don't know why. Probably because the sandwiches are usually just so dry or something, you know, and then you're so thirsty. I mean, like, bro, I get large. I don't know how many ounces that is, but I can go through like 3 before I finish my
Oh,
sandwich.
really?
Like it's
You're
like
just getting
water,
full
man.
on cherry limeade at that point.
I am. Yeah, you're not wrong, but it's dangerous, man. It's dangerous.
They feed you now there too. Like they changed their portions because I didn't
You
go
ever
for like
find out
6
stuff,
months. Yeah, down
I
here.
know.
They changed their portions because like when I used to go, they would only have like one size, and I'd be like, "Oh, this is a good size." And then I went next time, they have like small, medium, large. Like, what the hell is this? So I get the large. I'm like,
Oh, the large is
I
large.
can't. Do that.
Yeah, no.
I
And
can't.
all
eat
larges are large at this point. It's insane.
A
It is
medium-
absolutely insane how large things are at fast food restaurants.
I think
Especially
like
for America.
I eat them.
Yeah,
in
well,
America
yeah, give 'em to me.
specifically.
Oh yeah, that reminds me, because like if I go out of country, I've only gone a few times, but like I'll go to a restaurant and I'm like, I'll get a Coke. And usually what's weird too is most of them just don't have like fountain drinks. So they just bring out.
I would lose my mind.
So
they have,
every time they bring out like the little glass Coke, you know, and it's like it wouldn't even fit a small drink like with something we're here. So like they see like a medium drink here and they're like, oh my god, like
They're
I don't drink that much in a day.
They are gigantic.
Yeah.
It's
I had to stop ordering drinks whenever I go to fast food places now because I'll either take a small can of soda out of the fridge or I'll just drink water. Like that's all I've been doing since I left college. Just water,
beer, and more beer, bro.
I am
PBR
not.
life.
I'm not quite as disciplined. I was at one point. At one point, I was like, I'm gonna stop. I'm just gonna go cold turkey, no caffeine. And I drank nothing but water for 2 years, and then I don't know what happened. So I guess I took a drink somewhere.
You got the taste.
You can only do it for so long before you be like, I need an iced tea or a milkshake or something with flavor that I'm gonna drink. Because
that's the dangerous part, though. Like you drink one and they're like, wow, this really. Why did I stop drinking this?
You're like,
and then you go back to it.
It's pure. For me, it's been pure discipline. It's just be like, I could drink an entire Arnold Palmer iced tea gallon thing in a day if I wanted to. It's just been 6 years of just discipline of just
conditioning yourself not to do that.
One sugary beverage, and then the rest of the time 8 cups of water.
I wish I could do that.
Yeah,
no
my
way.
dad's a dentist, so my dad's a dentist. It's just been imbued into me.
Dentist.
Brush your teeth every night.
Well,
every day.
It reminds me of the sweet tea too, because like when I go down to visit my family in Georgia, there's a difference between probably the sweet tea you know, and there's a difference between sweet tea in deep South Georgia.
I'm telling you, honey.
That's not tea. That's sugar.
South, like they just start every single place. Like I kid you not, literally every single place will give you this big fat foam cup full of the sweetest tea, and it's fantastic.
It is. It is so.
But they
good.
don't stop filling it, bro. Like that's the problem.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, hey, you want some more? You want some more? You want some more? Like I already drank like 2, but okay, sure.
I don't like tea, man. Not a fan.
Okay, no, but
I
you
like
haven't had that sweet tea.
Yeah, you haven't had like little diabetes.
Yeah, but when you try diabetes tea, you're like, oh,
diabetes.
Yeah, that's Southern tea. It's diabetes tea.
If you liked iced tea, let me tell you about pure sugar.
Yeah, that's.
Oh man, it is good.
It's liquefied sugar.
Yeah, I too like some tea with my sugar.
Because I remember I would watch my Mimi make it too. Because anywhere you eat, it's sweet tea everywhere. Like sweet tea is their Coke, their water for the most part. It's just like sweet tea's everywhere. So they're making it at home, and when she's putting the stuff in the pitcher, it's like sugar. She pops it in like, wow, that was a lot. Another scoop. And it's like, oh my gosh.
Oh my. She's
not
like, stopping.
Yeah, it's like, oh my god.
Somebody stop her, please.
Yeah, like Rob, I don't know if you've had like actual like brewed like Lipton tea. It's a lot closer to like that than it is to like those like bottle teas.
I got no time for no.
Bro, just give me a Dr. Pepper. Give me a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah,
and some
Dr.
water,
Pepper's
man.
good too. Dr. Pepper's good too, but
some beer, bro.
Beer, bro.
Smoke some beer, bro.
No, like I do.
People die from that. No.
I never understood that. Like just drinking a beer, like with like your steak or something like that. Like I never understood that. Like that's gross. Like it's like I don't like savor the taste of a beer. Give me a Dr. Pepper.
Yeah, Dr. Pepper with a steak is.
Now we're done. That's fine.
When I go for a pristine dining experience,
nice
I
choose.
Do you guys have
Dr. Pepper?
You know they have Dr. Pepper steak sauce too.
Do they really?
Ew.
I feel like I've heard
That's
of
such
that
a Texas
before.
thing.
It really is.
Kind of.
I remember as a kid, Dr. Pepper steak sauce. I was like, I love Dr. Pepper. I'll give the steak sauce a try.
Only steak sauce I need is some garlic mashed potatoes.
Ooh.
This is now a food podcast.
Okay. Here, I know it's all we talk about, but
Favorite food
for my birthday, which was like I guess a week ago today, as of the time of this recording.
Happy birthday!
Thank you. I went to this place called White Chocolate Grill. I don't think it's like a big chain out of Colorado, but it's in Colorado, and they have these ribs, and they are to die for. Like when I say they fall off, when I say they fall off the bone, like you touch it, and like all
Just
the
crumples
sauce,
in front
all
of
the
That's
meat,
fine.
like
You're
just
drinking the ribs.
like right off the bone. And
Rob has to take a moment.
like, so they give you a full rack, and I'm like, man, I'm not this hungry. I eat it all because like the barbecue sauce, along with just falling off the ribs, so good. But the thing too is they give you two sides. I get honey roasted carrots. They're literally like just candy. They're amazing. And then they also have these garlic mashed potatoes. You get a little bite of the potatoes, a little bit of the ribs.
Yep.
Just
That's it.
That's
back
it.
and forth.
I'm
Where's this
going.
at?
White chocolate grill.
Oh,
It's amazing. It's a little
I'm going
pricey, so
to,
it's like a treat myself thing. But
It's my birthday coming up this weekend, and I wanted to take the
Happy 50th
Seattle
birthday.
crew out. We went to this place during PAX called I think it's called Din Tai Fung. They basically all they do, or what it feels like all they do, is just dumplings. That's like basically it, and it is so good. And I was
like
like, we
dumplings.
need to go back. So we're going back. They have for dessert. They literally have chocolate dumplings. It's just a
What?
dumpling
Ooh.
That
they
sounds dope.
of chocolate into, and it was so good. And you would think this like this is gonna taste really weird, and you're like, no, this is amazing.
Oh. Yeah, that's
I'm
because
so
really it's
excited
just
to go back.
it's pretty much just fried dough around it anyway. Ooh.
Yeah, but it's just oh
That
my
sounds
god, it was so
incredible.
good. Pork
Well,
dumplings.
speaking of your birthday, Christian, and birthdays in the stream, look.
Hey,
birthday, man.
Lamau.
Oh, it's not flipped or mirrored.
Oh
You gotta flip.
no, I see. I see.
I mean, I could see it.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Oh, it's flipped on mine. But yeah.
For those at home, Rob lifted up a TSM jersey. Bjergsen. TSM.
Is
if
it
you're
fucking
confused-
Burger King?
Of
Number
course.
one
Thing?
NA.
Burger King.
Okay.
If you're confused,
I've
League of
sort of
Legends,
fallen off the wagon.
esports. He's the mid laner. He's the West Faker, as some might say. And
Now
he's
you
a
can get him
boss.
to sign your jersey.
quite a
and
title.
cry.
Bjergsen, I love you.
Becca.
No, I went to the quarterfinals. Well, the semifinals and finals last year because Worlds were in America. And I went to the semifinals because everyone was saying this is the year TSM makes it semifinals. Like, we're top 4 at least. And on paper, honestly, I think we should have been. And so I was like, sick. I'm going to be able to see them play. I can't imagine they're going to win semis, but I'm going to see them in person. And they only make it out of groups. It was a sad day. It was a sad day.
You gotta look to Dota, unfortunately, for the foreign hope.
Well, it's because
Like
Korea
EG1
isn't a
and stuff
part
like
of
that.
Dota.
Do you watch Dota,
Yeah.
Datto?
No, I just when I heard that what was it 2 years ago that EG was like in the running to actually win the whole thing, I was like, America, yeah. And then it was like I forget who won this year, but I know it was
Team
like a
Liquid.
foreign team.
Well, no,
Team
no,
Liquid, that was
they're
right.
Europe. So that was
Yeah.
still like for me because I was watching it and I didn't know much, and Team Liquid kept winning. I was like, oh my god, like a Western
Yeah.
team gonna make finals, and then they were winning. And apparently in Dota it's not that special, but like if that happened in League, everyone would
It would
lose
be
their
an
mind.
explosion
Yeah.
of just hype. Yeah.
So that's
No,
why I was
I
like,
just-
this is amazing, and no one was freaking out. And I was like, oh, I guess
I just always like
Yeah, I
that
guess it's
America and Europe are the foreigners.
yeah. It's the
just
West,
so
which is
Korea
America
and
and
China
Europe.
dominant.
Yeah, against the East.
One day, America, esports.
America, one day.
Maybe.
Probably not, honestly.
Besides,
We're so far
besides Call of
behind.
Duty,
Yeah, but
Call it.
because we're the only country that plays Call of
I
Duty.
was gonna say,
besides-
it's 'cause there's no
Low
competition.
attention span. That's where we're best at.
I was gonna bring up though, because Rob, when you mentioned like beer and steak, I thought about ordering. When I go to a restaurant, I'm kind of guilty of this. Not beer, no. I see
was
your
like,
face, Rob. No.
"What?"
But whenever I get a meal, I'm guilty of. I'll be like, oh yeah, I'll have like a water and a Coke, and I order that water. Like, oh, don't worry, I'll drink some of that water. It makes me feel better. And then by the end of the meal, I never took a sip of my water, and I've gotten like 2 Coke refills. I don't know if anyone else does that, but that's my problem.
You gotta get the drink when you order where you sell them. Bring it out with the food,
Yes, see,
so that way you're forced to drink the water.
you have too much
That's
restraint.
Yeah, Datto, I like
God.
it. I wish I could
That's
do
a
that.
good idea. I just
Optimal.
like
Very
Baby.
inspiring.
Yeah, just like I go to this place called the Tipsy Burger every so often, and I say I always want to get a milkshake. I'm like, bring the milkshake with the food. Otherwise, I'm going to drink this entire thing in 2 seconds. I won't be able to enjoy it with my burger. So
that's a good idea.
bring it
You know
with
what?
The food.
From now on, I will try and regulate myself, and I'll tell them bring the soda with the food.
With the food, so you can enjoy it with the food, so you don't just like slurp it down and you got to order like 2 more by the time your food gets there.
Well, my Achilles heel is Mexican restaurants because they give you chips and salsa. And you're like, oh, I'll just have a few, and then they refill it and then refill it. Your food comes out, and you're like, yeah.
Arios tells me
I always
legends of
fill
you
up.
at Pico de Gallo.
Oh.
You just downed that place.
Dude, it is so delicious. It's this place
Is that your favorite?
Well, at least in San Antonio, it's probably my favorite Mexican. I mean, there's not much here, not really. That's like super genuine and good. But when we go down for PAX South, there's this place called Pico de Gallo, and they have got
sketchy
these,
as hell. It's great.
yeah, super like it's super genuine, like family run. It's what you'd expect, but they have this. It's like green chili roasted salsa that they bring because they have like a normal salsa, but then the roasted salsa they bring and the chips, and it is just woo. And then on top of that, they have these like specific enchiladas. I don't know what, but like I'm not an enchilada fan, but Arios was like, "Yo, just try them." Life was changed.
We have like when you go to like down south Mexican or even in California too, like the variety is just out of the planet, and that's that's what I live for. That's my Achilles heel too, man. I grew up around it.
Yeah,
food's my thing.
There's this place down the street from me called Salsa and Beer, and it was just like. By the way, what's with Mexican restaurants just naming themselves after food?
I was gonna say they get right to the point.
Mine's salsa and beer.
They get right to the point.
Yeah, so that was a place I went to a whole bunch. It's like, so good.
Do you have
another like not really hole in the wall, but like,
yeah,
just yeah.
Do you have anything?
Max is seriously the best. That's my favorite food. That's like the burrito there. They got the habanero sauce.
That's not genuine. That's still chain.
Pork.
That's not like.
Is that chain? Cafe
Yeah,
Mex
it's chain.
Like, only
it's chain. It's not like life changing to me. What people were like,
really?
get this burrito,
it's
and I was like,
so
I'd rather get Costa Vida.
Oh, you like Costa Vida better?
Yeah,
you're weird. Man.
You get the sweet pork burrito,
you don't like
man.
Your kind.
See, what you guys are talking about is so like. It's like, oh, dude, like it's
whatever.
That's what I love. No. It's not that I'm not like bashing it. I'm just saying it's so like it's actually foreign to me, because like with me, I grew up total opposite. Like I never went to like chains. I always, because of the area I live in, my parents would always take me to literally hole in the walls. I'd be like,
my
oh,
palate
I love
is
that place.
way.
No. I'm not saying
much
that.
more sophisticated.
No, I'm just pointing out the differences. Like. You guys are like, oh yeah, like like beer and salsa, like whatever the hell. I'm just like, yeah, I went to like Taqueria Jalisco and like.
Get it right. Okay, they probably copyrighted that. All right, and they can, if they get it the other way around, it doesn't count. So. God.
No, but that Pico de Gallo changed your life, didn't it? Like it.
Oh, it did.
It was there's life before and after Pico de Gallo.
Well, the only 2 places I make sure to go when I'm down there, Pico de Gallo and In-N-Out, because we don't have any up here.
Oh, really?
In-N-Out, people tried to sell me on In-N-Out super hard when I was
really
first moving out to California, and I'm like, yeah, it's good. It's not the second coming of Jesus or whatever.
Well,
like you guys made it seem like it was going to be. It's good, but yeah, it's like
I don't think it's the best burger, but the prices are super good. I love the milkshakes.
They are.
Oh, the milkshakes are good.
Yeah, so like
their fries, at least the ones I went to, I think their fries kind of suck.
Yeah, their fries are basic. They're just basic.
Yeah. Wait, so, Datto, did you ever go to a place called Tommy's Burgers? Like, did you ever go to a place? Oh, okay, because it's in that like North Burbank area where it used to be. Oh, so good. It's like chili burgers and like chili fries. Oh.
Yeah. No, we had like Umami Burger and the Habit, which are like kind of maybe not exactly chain. The Habit's more of a chain. Umami
sounds like some
couple of different locations.
European guy trying to say a Hobbit. Or no, New Jersey guy. Hey, let's go back out to the Abbot.
Let's go to
the Abbot. We go to the Shire. How about the Habit?
The Shire.
Yeah, but no, I
my favorite movie.
Was like good, but it didn't like blow me away. Same thing with Five Guys. Like it's good.
Oh, I had Five Guys yesterday.
It's good.
I can't compare Five Guys to those though, because that's a little more like sit down.
Well, people say Five Guys is better than In-N-Out. I think I get like.
I mean, price wise, it's not, but I think burger wise, yeah.
I think I would say it's in a different league.
Yeah,
I wouldn't compare them.
Like if you told me we're going to any one of those places, I'd be like, let's go, lay them down. But yeah,
I love burgers.
I'm not gonna like freak out that we're going to In-N-Out or something like that.
Have any of you guys had I was gonna ask fruit, but I mean, I guess it go for everyone. Has any of you guys ever had Whataburger?
Yeah.
No,
I had
did
it
it
down.
one time,
yet.
a long time ago.
I had.
A long time ago.
Arios brought me to it.
I couldn't really remember it.
Apparently, Seattle is opening up a Steak Shack,
Oh, nice.
which I've
Sounds
never been
pretty
to one of
good.
those either, and that's like the next
what?
place. It's called Steak
Steak
Shack.
We have these here.
Steak Shack.
You never been? To
Yeah,
one?
apparently like that is like the big time, and I'm kind of like reserving judgment. Like, yeah, everyone told me Five Guys and In-N-Out was the next big thing,
You
but
ever had White Castle? Steak and
Oh, yeah.
Shake, you mean? Is it Steak and
Yeah,
Shake?
yeah. That's what I'm thinking of. Steak and Shake.
Yeah, I
wait,
think it's
wait.
Steak and Shake.
Are you talking about that? Because when I went to New York, speaking
I
of the
went
league,
to-
what
the
did
league
I call
finals.
it?
You
No,
Steak Shack, but I
Steak
think
and
it's
Yeah,
Steak
Shake.
and Shake.
you might. It
Oh,
might be
maybe
Steak
it's Steak
Shack.
and Shake. Yeah.
Yeah, I
No,
think I
Steak
just-
and Shake.
Is that? Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we
I
have
will,
Steak
I
and
will
Shake.
say that the
I've never been to one. I've never
But-
lived near one.
But if you're like a
I
milkshake
think
dude
I had to
and you
go.
love hamburgers, like Steak and Shake is meta, high key, man.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that's the
mean,
place to
hey,
go.
if you
Yeah,
like
I'm
salsa
excited
and
to
beer,
try it out.
salsa and beer is the place to
There
go.
is
You know
one.
what I'm
Sauce
saying?
and
I think
Yeah.
the one you're thinking of that's like right by Times Square, like
Oh,
right near
well,
there in New
it's
York.
it's like some chain that started out somewhere on the East Coast. It hasn't really made its way, but I will say that was life changing to me. When I got it 3 times
Which
in one
chain?
day when we were new. I'm trying to think of the name.
Here, I'll
Oh,
look
I thought
at
you were
it.
talking about White Castle. I was
Oh,
like, White
no, no,
Castle
no.
is not a
Was
life-changing
it really
experience.
that good, bro?
When I
Like,
when I
that's
went
not a
to
life changer.
New York for the league finals, or I guess it was semifinal, whatever it was, semifinals or something. We happened
Shake
across
Shack?
it. I think that's it. Yeah, yeah. It might be.
Maybe it was that. Maybe it was
Right on
I'm
Madison.
getting
Shake
all
Shack.
these mixed up.
May-
I don't know which one.
They're all so similar.
I feel like that's why I was
Yeah,
confused, because I was like, wait, that
comments.
sounds like the one in New York, but that might be it. But it's like I guess the guy started the chain and stuff, and it's just now like exploding. But that burger, man, like I was not expecting to be
Changed your
blown
life.
away. Like everyone was saying, get the milkshakes. That's life changing. I wasn't crazy about the milk, but those burgers, man. Woo!
Yeah.
I got 3 or 4 in a
Woo.
day. I was like, we kept going back. I was like, I need some, and I'm sad.
I need my refill.
They're all like East Coast right now, I think. So feels bad.
Eh.
But let's see
Dude,
here.
we like it.
32 minutes in. We've only
Yeah, I was
talked
gonna
about
say
food.
that was a nice 32-minute tangent.
Yeah,
We
there's
didn't even get to know
welcome
anything
to our
about
podcast,
that.
That's like
guys.
the expertise of this
This-
podcast.
I
don't
man.
care.
This
talking about
this
food,
literally
man.
all spawned from saying, "Hey, what's your favorite food?" And here we are.
Yeah, and then we just off.
Yeah, I had like some Five Guys fries right here.
Well, our last podcast, we had Shark on, and it took us an hour to get off the tangent. I don't even know how it
All right,
got
we're doing
started.
better then.
Yeah, we're getting better. I don't know. It's something about we started like talking about old relationships, and then I have no idea where it went
We
from
got
there.
like crazy dates and
Yeah,
shit.
all this kind of stuff. So, we're at least getting to know the guest 30 minutes into the podcast rather than an hour like last time.
Yeah, yeah.
But we're going to be
Progress.
headed into the segment that I'm calling the Stefan Experience.
Oh,
If this is like
actual name.
if this is like a TV show or something, we had like a
That's my
transition.
name.
Yeah,
He's like,
some
Is it
graphic
after
that's
me?
supposed to show up
yeah,
here.
the Stefan Experience. Whoosh. It sounds cool. It's pretty much just we're gonna get to know Datto, because everybody knows the Datto as well. The Datto you know today, the
As
the
Datto,
Destiny
yeah.
Q&A punching bag. But we but we want to get
Yep.
to know Stefan. We want to get to know the real you. I know that you've told me your story of how it all started, but
Yeah.
you're welcome to get as descript or nondescript as you want. You can go as far back as you like to when you started gaming or just your childhood, best childhood friend memory. I don't really care. You can go and then lead up to the present. You
At
can
the
just
time
give
of your
us
life.
give us the lowdown on how YouTube started if you want. You can do whatever, and we'll lead from there. But I'll give you the
Exclusive interview
floor.
here, folks.
Yeah.
Well, it all started the day I was born, and from there it's just
Wow.
been downhill.
No, same.
So yeah, I started gaming when I was like 5, whatever, on the NES, and gaming had always been like a really huge part of my childhood. Like in our unfinished basement, I would be writing my high scores for Crazy Taxi on the wall in
Crazy
permanent
Taxi.
marker. Crazy Taxi on the Dreamcast. I'd be writing my scores up on the wall. Like super huge part of my life. All my friends were super into gaming. They got me into World of Warcraft, where I There was a time where Datto did not like World of Warcraft, and he thought it was stupid.
How old were you?
That's the darkest timeline.
Probably about 15 or 16, something like that. I started playing WoW July 2005, and the reason I started playing is because all my friends were playing, because they had all played Warcraft 3 and all that kind of stuff, and they wanted to get into this.
Job's done.
And I didn't really play computer games. The most I played was like Roller Coaster Tycoon and Lego Island.
Hey,
that was
Lego Island.
Lego Island is
my
dope.
jam.
Yeah, I was on the Dreamcast, I was on the Genesis, I was on the N64, I was on all that. So I didn't really do PC gaming
at this point.
Yeah, I just wasn't familiar with the PC landscape, and then they all started playing. I'm like, Warcraft's stupid. It's all you guys talk about this. They're like, why don't you start a character, you idiot? And then I started one, and then I played more than them. Like by the time I hit level 60, they were like, "We're done. Like we're done with that." I'm like, "I just got to level 60. What the frick?" So that's where all that kind of stuff came in. But we were all like super huge gaming nerds, and generally everyone was a pretty positive influence on each other. Like no one really got in anything bad. We weren't, mischievous or anything. I think the worst thing for most of us during high school was like staying up too late to play video games. Like, go ask my mom how many times she yelled at me for playing WoW past midnight.
Yeah.
Like,
God, you're
that was
crazy.
the worst trouble we got into. So I had a very positive high school experience, high school friend experience. That moved straight into college with gaming, where I met my inevitable best friend who had the same interests as I did. And like his
Nova,
roommate,
right?
This was at Villanova, yeah. Villanova.
Oh yeah.
And his roommate at the time was like his childhood friend of like 15 years or something like that. So all we did was like Rock Band, Guitar Hero, World of Warcraft, Counter Strike, just like
papers,
all day, every day. And so that kind of took me in through college, all throughout college, and so I'd stop playing WoW when I finished college because I have to be an adult now. I actually have to make money on my own.
Sell your WoW accounts, man, or boost some people.
I sold 3 of them for $1,500 total, which is I regret.
$1,500?
I regret it immensely now. At the time, I did not, but I regret it so much.
Wait, why do you regret it?
Because my first character had just a whole bunch of really old school, like cool old school items that are either a huge pain in the ass to get now, or just like you can't get them anymore. Like old achievements, old gear.
Mounts and pets and stuff like that.
Yeah, just
I heard,
like
some pets go for like $10,000 sometimes.
Some of them have like crazy high values just because they're very limited. But like I had max reputation levels with certain factions that are like super annoying to get, and just like all this old school stuff. And at this point, I super regret selling it. But at the time, I totally didn't because I wanted to quit, and we know how well that went.
No one ever truly quits. That was your
right,
first mistake.
Exactly.
You're
just forever on hiatus.
What was your character's name? Like the first character?
It was Datto.
Oh, it was just Datto?
That's where you got your name, right?
Yeah, no, Datto came from Final Fantasy X because there was a mini game called Blitzball, and there was a character named Datto. And when Datto got to higher levels, his speed increased a lot, and other character speeds just like didn't. So he had really high shooting and really high speed. So all I would do is just I send him forward, throw him the ball, and just score like 10 goals a game. And my friends just started calling me Datto. And that's been my name since that game came out, basically. Okay. So it's probably been my name longer than it hasn't been my name in my entire life.
Wow, that's crazy.
So yeah, and
which, for perspective, just so everyone at home can do it, how old are you?
I am 28 in 2 days.
Oh,
so that game came out 2001, 2002, somewhere around that, maybe 2000.
I never played a Final Fantasy.
It's yeah. So people have been calling me that for quite a while. But then, I have to stop playing WoW and I have to start getting serious and stop playing League of Legends and all that kind of stuff. I used to be big in the league, big. I started when like Olaf came out.
Oh wow!
Like a long time ago. Yeah.
Do you remember what season you quit? Do you remember?
I quit in summer of 2011. So whenever that
you
was. I don't even know if the
I don't even
game
know
is
if
starting up yet.
Yeah, no, that I think it exited beta 2011.
Did
Something
it really?
like that. Something like that, maybe. Because I'm trying to think.
That's
yeah,
around
probably
when I
season
stopped.
1. Okay, yeah, probably around season 1.
Yeah, very beginning. So I started working in the television industry because that's the only thing I liked to do that could also pay me money, and that I was kind of good at. So, screwed around in the television industry for 2.5 years or so. And that was like starting to go somewhere towards the end. But then during that time, I'd also done a lot of Call of Duty YouTube videos, as basically everyone ever on YouTube has.
Hey, me
everyone's
too, man.
done a Call of Duty video.
Me
Every
too.
single
Everyone.
person has
At
done
one
a Call of
point.
Duty video. Or a Minecraft video. And I was working, minimum 60 hours a week. So whenever I was able to actually play, it was only to get clips for my YouTube videos. And that killed the game for me. It would just became really, really monotonous, and I hated trying to do that. But then a couple years later, I see Destiny come out and like, oh, this looks like it could feed my crippling addiction to World of Warcraft, but without the time constraint or the time requirements. And I still really liked doing, edited content and making videos. And whenever I was in between jobs, I would just sit at home waiting for my next job. So I'd just sit at the computer, and I needed something for my brain to do. Otherwise, it would turn to mush. And eventually, started early enough, had good enough content that, people hung on for a while, and here we are.
What was your first Destiny video?
The first Destiny video I ever did was an introduction to the game. Was like an everything we know thing 2 weeks before E3. And I did it 2 weeks before E3 specifically because I was hoping that...
Is this 2013 or 2014?
2013.
Okay.
And I was hoping that by the time E3 rolled around, maybe the video had enough views that would be high enough in the search ranking. So when Destiny was first revealed at E3, people go, "Oh, what's Destiny? What is this? What is this? Oh, look at this! Everything you know about Destiny. It was only uploaded 2 weeks ago. I got everything in there." Click. And I think that kind of worked, along with some other things that happened at E3 as well. And yeah, we're here today. I don't really live that much of an exciting life outside of maybe like going to conventions and stuff. Otherwise, it's like what you see here is what I see 95% of my life. And
I can respect
for
that.
you guys all know. So yeah, that's
He plays monotonous, but Datto. That's what we call him. We call him Datto. He is actually this group's father. He keeps us sane.
So out of all the games you've played, which is the most you put the most hours into?
World of Warcraft.
It would be WoW still?
Easily. I had over a year of playtime.
Oh my god!
Like if you do /played on my account at one point, the most I remember.
crazy.
Hell
That's
yeah!
a
Hell
lot.
yeah!
The most I remember, and this was before college ended, I had 295 days.
Jesus.
Now, granted, not all of that is pure gameplay.
Right.
A lot of
Yeah, that's
that's,
like running around.
AFK or something like that. But yeah, 295 days,
200
and that's
how
not
many-
even all of my playtimes
What the
or
heck?
playtime.
What's the longest session you've had straight of World of Warcraft? Like a 26-hour straight session or something?
No, I actually don't really remember having like any of those marathon.
Yeah, he was responsible,
days.
Rob.
Like, if
12 hours
anything,
a
it would
day.
be on expansion day when it first came out, and you'd go for like 12 hours. But it
Sounds
was
like
I was
Destiny.
only on the very, very, very cutting edge for a short time in my WoW career where it was required to put in those kind of hours. There were times where I put in a lot of hours every day, but I don't think there's a single time where it was like a 24-hour straight block of just WoW.
Damn. We never got into WoW, Christian. Like that's the one game I was
That's
never
good.
like, none of my
That's
friends
That's
said
good.
to play it. Like
All my friends
good.
did tell me to play it.
oh, see, I
And I got I got a druid up to level 10. And I was like, yeah, I'm just not
why
feeling
did it grab you? It's just
I don't know.
what expansion was it? Or was it just vanilla?
Oh, it was right after Pandaria. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
I was
Miss
late in the
Pandaria.
cycle.
Okay, yeah. So if you're probably talking about Warlords of Draenor, which historically has been kind of panned by the community as one of the not as good expansions. But if you only got to level 10,
Yeah, I didn't.
You weren't seeing any of the expansion content.
No.
You were still seeing like starting zones and stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know how much weight you can put on that being the expansion. Being
Well,
the thing that
Did you get into vanilla WoW, like Datto, like as soon as the game came out, or like was it in its first expansion? Or, like,
are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I got it. So it came out November 2004, and I got into it July 2005. But all my friends got into it a lot earlier, so I wasn't like right as the door opened, but I was there early enough that I got to see like a lot of the really cool vanilla WoW experiences.
Now, did you have a PC of your own, or did you use your parents? Like, to play
I had. Oh God, what did I start with? I think I had like some kind of crappy laptop that I had. Then I got an iMac for the holidays because I was starting to get into video editing, and so I played WoW on that Mac.
You could handle it?
Oh, not very well, but I could handle it. And then I got that taken away for a time because I was playing too much WoW. So I took my sister's laptop that she wasn't using, and I started to play WoW on that. And then I went to college, and they gave me a laptop, and I played WoW on that. And then they gave me a new laptop, and I played WoW on that. Keep in mind, most of my WoW career was playing this game on all low settings at probably like 25 to 35
touchpad?
FPS.
Did you use touchpad?
No, I didn't use touchpad. I had
oh my God, yeah. He's not a masochist.
This very mouse. I used this mouse.
Oh wow, that's the same mouse.
This thing's starting to go, but this is the mouse that I use.
That's pretty sick.
Oh, that's so dope.
That's pretty sick.
Are those like dense like?
No, it's
just
painted on.
Okay, I was gonna say, I was like, wow,
no, these are not real dents.
You've seen some things with that, would you? God.
This paint scraping off, that's all real. But yeah, otherwise, no, these are not dents on the mouse.
Dang. That's seen some days, man. That's seen some raids.
Yeah, this thing's seen some days.
Did you mythic raid? Like,
for a time, I did like whatever the highest level was at the time.
Okay. Because those raids look like a totally different ball game to what like we see in like Destiny, I think.
Oh yeah, it's not even close. Oh, it is not even close.
I
it's
wish
such
it was
a
like
different
that
experience.
though, kinda. Like I really wish it was.
Yeah, really I wish so too, but you know, they Destiny has to work with a lot more limitations than WoW does. Like WoW, you get to bring your camera out like 80 meters so you can see the entire thing. So that allows for, you know, more environmental stuff or more crazy stuff to happen. Destiny, you're in first person most of the time, or if you're not, it's, you know, it's not a very wide angle that you get to see. So that's just one of the limitations. I could talk all day about that. I'll spare us. I'll spare us those conversations.
Well, I think the thing that didn't really strike me about WoW, I mean, I guess some people enjoy it, was me. It's just the combat was just like, just kind of clicking buttons and pointing, which is why I like Destiny. Why I like Destiny more.
Well, isn't League like that?
Yeah, but see, League, I feel like is so much mechanically. It's so much more. I don't know. It's boiled down. First off, I look at a WoW screen, dude, when someone's playing, and my head hurts.
I don't know what's going on.
I have no idea what's happening.
To be fair, if you did start from 1 and got all the way up to 100, when you first start, how many skills are on your bar? 2, maybe?
Yeah, I mean,
2 or 3. You got auto attack on there, and then you got like, if you're a druid, you got like a basic healing spell, and then that's it. And then as you level up, you learn to have all these abilities, what they do. Not every single icon on a WoW screen is an ability, right? Like some of it's like, oh, this is my.
I have no idea what it is.
This is my profession button. Like it looks intimidating, but if you level the character from all the way from 1 to 100, and what is it, 10 now? It would not be that intimidating. But yeah, if you have no idea what you're looking at, then you're like,
that's why I never got into it.
There's more than what you see. I think what Fruit's saying, like it just looked like a bunch of clicking, is why I never got into MOBAs.
That's fair. That's fair.
And it wasn't until. I'm sorry. Well, it wasn't until I started playing Paragon where I was like, oh, I get it. Like, so this is what MOBA is. Rest in peace, Paragon. But yeah, I mean, like when he's like, yeah, like WoW just looks like a bunch of clicking. Like to be fair, like it is just a bunch of clicking, but it's also a lot of mechanics that you don't see if you're new to it.
It does get a lot more intricate, like a League where you can, you know, combo your abilities or cycle them a certain way or have a priority rotation where you need to, you know, like what's going to be the best thing that I can do at this very moment based on where my cooldowns are and blah, blah, blah. So yeah, it does get way more intricate than where you start.
Every time I watch WoW, I just see a bunch of numbers on the screen, and I like see like a bunch of little squares, and it's just.
All right, I crunched the numbers, and all right, time's up. Let's do this.
Yeah.
That's for the most part my extent of WoW knowledge.
Yeah, that's my extent is Leroy Jenkins.
My brother showed me that like about when it released, and I was like, "What is this?" He's like, "I don't know," but my friends.
That's pretty much the general population's first introduction to WoW.
Yeah, that was actually my first introduction.
Yeah.
And then Hearthstone.
Yeah.
Hearthstone.
Wouldn't it be crazy if there was a Hearthstone MMO, like
That'd
with
be
the lore
sick.
and people
Yeah.
from the game? That'd be crazy.
Yeah, if they had
Super
built
crazy.
off of that, that'd
Can
be
you
cool.
imagine?
Like a Jaina Proudmoore, like if she was like, if you actually saw. Her
I
story
remember
arc.
when Rob asked Dad, who was like, "Yo, like, but are these like actual like World of Warcraft?"
Yes. Yes, they are.
And Dado with the most
Kelters
like.
odd exist.
I was like, Yogg-Saron is a
Illidan
thing.
exists.
Like,
All of
Dado-
those are things in the game.
It was so good because Dado he wasn't even condescending. He was like, "Yeah, Rob, like, what do you mean?"
what?
Yeah, like this is like you're
He wasn't even like,
trolling me right now, right?
Of course you are,
Hearthstone.
you idiot.
Heroes of Warcraft. It's the title. It's like,
I
wow,
know,
I can't believe
Totally
that.
innocent, yeah, man.
I found that out like 6 months after playing it because like it had just come out like on the phone and like all my friends were playing it and they're like, dude, you gotta play Hearthstone, like let's battle. And I was like, all right. Luckily they all quit. I unfortunately have not.
Rest in peace, Rob's wallet.
They like still like ask me to play against them and stuff, and they have like the vanilla decks, and I'm
He's
dropping.
lit.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Well, that reminds me, my best friend, that's how Halo started. He was playing Halo, and I would come over, and he's like, dude, play this game with me. It's amazing. I'm like, this is amazing. And like, a couple weeks in, I finally get the game and stuff, and he's just like, yeah, I'm not really. I played for 2 years straight, like nothing. He's just kind of like, he ditched it a while ago, but I feel like that happens a lot. That's like, ironically, that's actually what happened with Blue and me.
Oh,
in Paragon.
and Paragon, yeah, dude. He was like,
introduced
"Yo,
him to
check out this new
Paragon.
MOBA." I was like, "Oh, like it's actually kind of sick." 2 weeks later, I've been playing Paragon a lot, and Phil was like, "Oh, you."
Yeah, like
Yeah,
last
you
time
don't-
I
you don't
played
show
was,
Christian a game because he'll master in about a week and a half and be better at it.
No, it's just, well, nowadays I'm so busy. I have a hard time just being able to play one game a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Destiny is the exception, mainly too because I create content for it. Like right now, I'm making like a video a day, so it's way easier to dedicate time because that's going towards something. But if it's my free time, I don't get to dabble as much.
Have you fired up for Halo 3 yet?
No, I don't have it anymore. I have to buy it, I guess, or something. Because I sold
Oh,
everything
really?
when I sold my 360.
Oh, so you don't have like the Mythic disc anymore? Of the
No,
Xbox
I don't know. It
360?
feels bad. Because I don't know if you saw data. They announced backwards compatibility for all Halos up to Halo 4 for the Xbox
Yep.
One. Oh.
I wish Halo 2.
Yeah,
was
I saw that.
in. Oh.
No, I mean, Halo 2 is that.
Wait, you can play Halo 2?
Yeah, you play Halo, Halo
Is it?
2, Halo 3, ODST, and Halo 4
I
on
thought
the
it was
Xbox
just
One.
Halo 3.
What
ODST,
happened
and
to
Halo
the
4.
to the Master Chief collection then?
Oh, it.
Dude,
Oh,
that thing is
Yeah,
so
we don't wanna talk
broken.
Like
about that.
I know it launched
I
like
have such a
horribly.
sour taste in my mouth.
I think it's still
I-
broken.
I know
Oh
it launched
my
horribly,
God.
but now you're like telling me like, yeah, Halo 2's coming out. I'm like, didn't it already come out like 3 years ago?
No.
Yeah, that's gotta
Hasn't it
be-
released
Yeah, it
already? Like, what?
It
Yeah,
sneaked
it
me into buying
came.
it. once.
Yeah, I bought an
Well, that's
Xbox
what-
One for that.
Well, that's why people are still so excited for like they're like, "Oh yeah, like it's backwards compatible." It's like, "Oh, it's so dope." Like, but
Yeah.
it came
I
out.
played
It's like, yeah,
maybe a
because the game
total-
is dead still.
I played maybe a total of 6 games when I got that, and I like tried to play it for 3 weeks straight.
Yeah, I was gonna
And
say,
You
it
guys
first-
got me to play that because you were like, "Oh, Blue, you could join it. You could like join for the grind, Blue." And
Oh,
then
dude, we
the
were
game
gonna-
was broken. The
Yeah,
game
I was
bad,
like,
dude, and it-
yo, I'm gonna go. So 2 weeks, I find like one game. I'm like, I'm done with this. Stupid.
Didn't we do campaign and then multiplayer wasn't working, so we just
Yeah,
did campaign
he knows
to
that.
kill the time?
Yeah, and then it never worked. It was stupid. I'm still upset about
feels
it.
bad.
That's why I don't have an Xbox One anymore because of that.
Yeah,
Did you
is
sell
that
your
why?
Xbox One?
No, he
No, dude.
gave it.
I gave it to Sydney's brother.
Oh,
Like I
dude.
wasn't using it, dude, and he's like asking me if he could. And I was like, yeah, dude, I don't care. So if
Yeah,
we
I
ever
literally-
record Halo, I just have to know in advance. So I can
I
get it
literally
back for
only
the day.
like buy like a $10 subscription to Xbox whenever Fruity's like, "Hey, like let's record some Halo."
I think I still have my gold running. I really need to cancel that.
What, the
'cause-
$60 refunded? Like,
Yeah, I must have because it's I don't use it
I just
myself.
I barely touch my Xbox. I just have the 12-month subscription just going
Yep.
all the time because I just
Yeah.
don't know when I'm gonna log on to it.
when's the last time you played Xbox, Data?
Definitely before Destiny 2. July or
That's
August.
That's not bad.
Yeah, that's more
I did it
recent.
to just so. Let me make this clear. The only reason I have an Xbox in the first place was to play with my viewers. That is the only reason.
Good guy, Dad.
The only reason I have an Xbox or any sort of Destiny presence on Xbox was to play with viewers.
I
That's
never played on
That's a dedicated
anything besides
man.
PS4. And then once PC comes out, it's turning into PC only.
It's gonna be rough.
Are you gonna be PC only, or are you gonna like try and bounce?
I'm not sure yet. I will definitely be playing to some capacity on PC, but it's mainly gonna depend on what the clan ends up doing, what other streamers end up doing, who ends up doing what, and this and that. I would like to maintain a presence on as many things as I can, but it's ultimately going to depend on who is where, who's playing what, how often, all that. But I will be playing on PC to some degree for sure.
It's a very diplomatic answer.
Yeah,
You make a
I
great
just don't know yet. If I had a more specific answer, I would give it. Like I get it all the time when I'm streaming. I'm just like I don't know yet.
I have no strong feelings one way or the other.
Ask me in a month and a half, I'll have a better idea. Until then, I'm just like, I don't know. I'm sorry, I just don't know.
Well, I mean, it might be a good idea because I have people like physically upset at me because I'm switching to PC, and some of them are just like, I don't know, I just like knowing you were on the same console, and they're upset at me because I'm switching. Or like, the other thing too is some people, it's like I'm flattered. Some people are like, I got a PlayStation just so I could have a chance at playing you. And I was like,
yeah,
man, like I'm flattered, but
it hits you.
Yeah,
it
but
hits
like
right
I don't play with anyone. Like,
yeah,
it's not your likelihood of running into me probably about the same.
It's only Destiny's been out 2 weeks. Your chance of running into Destiny is like 0.
Right now with 1 million people on at all times.
Yeah.
Good luck.
Is there 1 million people on at all times right now?
Well, the only concurrency number they gave was like last Saturday, where they said 1.2 million people were playing.
Yeah. But if you look on Destiny Tracker, it's like right now, almost every day there's over 3 million in PvE.
We won't be able to see the BattleNet numbers, will we? Do they release their numbers? Like,
no.
I don't think so. Yeah, no, I don't.
Because they don't release anything about Overwatch.
There's a Blizzard charts or anything like that. Yeah.
Good old Blizzard.
But Stefan, what is your most memorable non-gaming moment?
Most memorable non-gaming moment. Oh man.
Probably when I beat Cthulhu in the raid.
I would say one of my most memorable, maybe not the most memorable, was just working on. It was the last job I worked on in television, called Hollywood Game Night, and I was on the creative team. It's the first job I actually ever had that wasn't a production assistant. So we were on the creative team. We made all the games. We prototyped them. We sent them to the network.
Is that the one with Jane? What's her face? And like
Jane Lynch, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Dad was there the whole time.
He was in on it.
First season, we laid the groundwork, and just there was at one point towards the end of the show where Jane Lynch had to go. She was doing a thing on Broadway, and she had to be in New York by blah 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 day. So when we lost her for like 3 months. So we had to shoot the whole season like really fast. So we had 21 days in a row of 14 hours or more per day trying to get this show done. And I would not trade that for any other work experience I've ever had, because even though it was just like day after day after day, no
7 days a
breaks,
week,
7 days a week,
Wow.
21 days in a row of shooting and all this. It didn't take 21 days to shoot the thing, but just anything in between that needed to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And it was still the most fun I've ever had, like working on a show, because I really love my coworkers. I loved the job itself of like the creative team. And so that was a really memorable non-gaming thing, even though it was sort of related to gaming because we made the games. But yeah, definitely one of the most memorable. That I would love to work that job again.
Well, you made the best of a worst case, so.
So you made the
not too
charade
bad of a show.
games?
Say again.
Like, what kind of games did you make? Like charade,
Just like whatever games were on the show. So like, there was
the Leviathan raid, and
right, exactly.
Some easy stuff to. Yeah.
There was one show, or there was one game where you had to identify the cross section of a candy bar. Like that was a game that we did. Yeah, so we like literally cut a candy bar in half, took a picture, had a template that you put it on. That I did the templates.
That was me.
That's
I did the graphic design.
That was me.
And we just put it on a screen, and first one to buzz in and get it right was got the point. Just like dumb little dinky games like that, but with the celebrities, it was actually a pretty fun show.
I'm
got
glad
to meet
hear
a lot
that.
of people. Got to meet like Keenan Thompson, like Cal Penn. Got
that's
to chat
cool.
with them. When I was watching Community a whole lot, like Yvette Nicole Brown was on the show one time.
Donald
Said hello to
Glover?
her. I don't think he was ever on season 1.
Okay.
So
but
you were
yeah, it was
just
like-
season 1.
I was just season 1, yeah.
Okay.
And then the YouTube stuff kind of took off, and then I had some other issues that I'm not going to get into about them not calling me back ever. About the next season
Moo!
starting.
I mean,
You
moo.
dicks. I still don't forgive you for that.
I don't want to say anything.
You never
Dicks.
called me back.
Like,
We
it's
had
not
such a
the
good
way more
night.
successful career. I don't forgive you because I love that show, working on that show, and I love the people there.
You should sue. You're practically part of the
Okay.
foundation.
If any of them ever see it, Brad, I miss you, bud.
Mr. Brad.
Brad's
if
like,
you're watching this.
How did I come? He's where am I? But thank you. He doesn't know how he got here.
So, yeah.
Was there anything specific that got you into gaming? You said you started like on the NES. Was it like a friend like?
Yeah.
Whoa.
I had when I was like really young, my best friend lived across the street from me. Just because when you're young, like that's how you make friends. So like, there's a child in my proximity. You're my friend now.
Yeah, exactly.
And so we would go to each other's houses and we would just kind of play games and stuff. I don't remember exactly the exact moment where I was like, I like video games. I want a Nintendo, please. But yeah, having a friend who lived close by who played video games.
So
was,
did your parents play video games too,
that
or
was-
did like they just got you the console that you wanted?
Yeah, they are not in tune with video games at all. Like the only things they know about video games are like Destiny, because I do stuff. They know of the word Halo, and they know of the word Call of Duty, and they know of the existence of World of Warcraft, and that's basically the extent of their knowledge. Maybe Mario as well. They do not play games
Okay.
at all. So
Because my parents always
Just-
bought me the console that I wanted, and then my dad would like play it with me, and then just give up because he just
Yeah.
just-
I'm sure they played with me at some point, just kind of like play with the kids or whatever. But they were never really into any of that stuff. Like not that they even grew up with video games or anything like that. Like video games were just starting to come
with
out.
a stick, like
Right, like,
that's the games they had.
My dad's going through a bajillion years of school to get his master's and doctorate and all that kind of stuff. He's not got time for any sort of video games that come out, although he does love pinball.
My dad
is-
loves pinball.
My dad loves pinball too. Jesus
What is
Christ.
up with
Well,
dads loving
We have
pinball?
a Simpsons pinball machine at my parents' house.
Oh,
Not sure
really?
if it still works,
Damn, that's
but
sick.
we would go back and forth on that game. a
Whenever
lot
we
for
went
the high scores.
to whenever we go to Disneyland for like an hour, my dad would have us go to the Frontierland and play the Indiana Jones pinball machine. You'd play seriously like an hour. on that
Dads
thing.
love pinball.
Yeah, I never thought about
If
Dads
there's
that.
Pinball,
anything they
100%.
love, it's pinball.
It's
Which is-
something
it's
they
video
can
game-esque.
understand.
They're really big
Exactly.
They
on
understand. There's
classic
a
video
ball.
games,
Hit the
too.
ball.
ball as well. Yeah, my dad loves asteroids too. Like everything about like old arcade games, my
Mhm.
dad loves.
Yeah, my dad played like Centipede. What was that racing game? Formula or Pole Position? Pole Position.
Yeah,
my
Pole
dad.
Position.
My dad liked Dig Dug. Dig Dug.
Oh,
Dig
Doug,
Dug.
yeah, like
Dig
all
Dug
those
was
my
awesome.
dad was
super
really
old
good
ones.
at.
Yeah.
Yeah, my
Classic.
my parents, none of them really game. The only thing my mom does play, she loves, is Galaga. And if you put her on a Galaga
Galaga.
machine, she will be there for like on
There's
one
in your
token.
basement, right?
She's gonna
Like,
be there. Yeah, she'll be there for at least like hour and a half. Like for no apparent reason,
what a
she's just
badass.
super. Yeah, she's super good at it. She loves it. She doesn't love anything else, just Galaga. But that's the one thing. It's like because we used to go to like there's this wing restaurant back when I was in Florida. It was like a hole in the wall wing shop. We'd go there, we'd order our wings. My mom would go to the Galaga machine, and we know, okay, we'll see her in an hour and a half. We'll already finish our wings and stuff, and she's just high score everything. She's just
high score.
Normally she would just be like, all right, I think it's time to leave, and she would get herself killed. Like she was beyond me.
She just throw.
Too good at this.
Throw.
I know I'm a god. I got this.
Yeah,
Let's go.
What do you do if you're not playing games
If I'm not playing games
or like working and stuff?
Yeah, I'm probably just watching YouTube videos. I'm used to this lifestyle of being isolated. It's been my life for about 3.5 years now. So I'm not really like, I'm not a very outgoing person. I'm not like Datto is the outspoken crazy guy who really loves video games and gets posted on Reddit every other day, who has very strong opinions about things and is loud and can, take control of like a streaming situation and feels alive when it calls for it. Stefan, my mom wants the accent on the E, not the A. Stefan. I don't care. I don't care either way.
Your mom is very.
I am very reserved. I'm pretty quiet. I do not. I'm not what you would call outdoorsy. Yeah, I'm a pretty reserved person. Otherwise, I like watching YouTube videos.
So what is your go-to channel or series, or what do you watch?
Go-to channel is Funhouse, formerly Inside Gaming, from multiple years ago. I didn't watch them when they were Inside Gaming, but then
I didn't even.
Rooster Teeth acquired them, and I was like, oh, I like Rooster Teeth. I like Achievement Hunter. You know what? People have been telling me to watch them. Let me give it a shot. And like since day one, I've watched probably 99% of their videos, if not all of them.
That is your number one fan.
I will sit down.
Favorite Funhouse video.
Manhunter's great.
Yeah,
Manhunter's great. I have made it a tradition at this point, like for the past 1.5 years, where like when I'm all done with work or I'm all done with the stream, I'll go make dinner. I will load up the Funhouse video of the day or videos. I will sit down and eat my dinner and watch the Funhouse videos. I've been doing that almost every day since probably about 1.5 years ago.
I'll do same.
Jake Pollard. I thought Jake Pollard.
Still barely know who that guy is.
Keep it that way.
Yeah, I was like, good for you.
Yeah, please do.
No, that's if I'm eating by myself, that's what I'll do. I either boot up. For me, it's Cryptarian. I'll boot up either.
I love watching Crypt. Yeah. I will watch Crypt videos before I go to sleep every night. Both videos.
And he knows it. Everyone falls asleep listening to Crypt. He knows.
But you don't play Hearthstone though, Datto. Like
I still watch a lot of it, and I played very early on in beta, so I still know what's going on. Mm-hmm. But I just don't play because I know the second I lose to any RNG based thing, I'm like,
fuck! It literally puts me on tilt the whole day. Like,
yeah. You have
I just can't handle it. So I was like, nope. This is one thing that we're gonna just exclude from my life. I will watch other people get angry at it. I am not going to get angry at
the baby rage. Yeah, good for you. So much willpower. This one's on the spot, so if you need some time to think about it, that's fine. But what's the one fun fact most people don't know about you? It can be anything.
This used to be a much more secretive fun fact, but ever since I put a video out on it, it's maybe not as much, but I guess maybe still somewhat of a secret, is that I am a 2nd degree black belt.
Oh yeah.
He will beat your ass.
I did not know that.
Yep, I took I did martial arts basically throughout all of my teenage years up until college basically. I did that, oh my god, 10 years.
Jeez.
And worked my way up to 2nd degree. My clanmates still don't believe me, even though I have the diploma, and the belt with my name on it. And but yeah, I am. And that now, how much of those skills have transferred over during the years? Probably not too many. But at one point, I was a 2nd degree black belt. I still technically am, but my skills have probably
deteriorated
back to white belt.
Yeah.
But at one point, I made it.
Name me the order of the belts of Taekwondo or whatever. Karate. Name me the order of the belts.
Karate.
Or the belts. Show me the belts.
It goes white, orange, yellow. Am I right so far, Datto?
Well, different schools have different systems.
Yeah,
but
God, it's not
typically
universal.
You start
thought it
from
was,
white
like,
belt, and then it's like
Pleb.
for us, I think it was like white, and then like yellow, orange, green, blue, purple, brown, black, something like that.
Break 2 boards on you.
So point being, if you see Datto at a convention, and you mention
Karate chop him.
if
Judo chop
you
him.
ask him if beta progress is going to carry over, you better watch out.
I will not karate chop you because my arms are wet spaghetti noodles.
I bring that joke up probably every couple months with Datto, and I feel like every single time
dies a
his
little
lust to karate chop me grows.
Drop kicker.
Yeah.
You need a signature move like the Datto like.
Oh, if you ask my friend Jerry back in LA, my signature move was doing a spinning kick to kick a plate out of his hand every time I went over to his place to watch football. He made me do that
Dude.
Jerry, you know what?
single
Grab the
time I was
board,
over there.
Jerry.
Every single time I was over there and we had other people over, besides
Yeah,
his
this
brother,
is your show move.
he was like, go give me a plate. You're going to do the thing. And I was like,
Bro, come on,
Jerry,
right
come
now,
on, we
man.
talked about this. Come on, step on. Let's come on,
so
do it.
Real
he
mature,
made me do
Jerry.
The spinning plate.
So that's
kick
your
thing.
party trick, huh?
This
Yeah.
is my finishing move.
By-
It's hard,
by
dude. I
force.
just tried it and
By
I literally
force.
just cracked every bone in my right leg trying to do
Yeah,
that.
you got to warm up a little
That
bit.
hurt
Yeah, you
so
gotta-
bad, actually.
Did you learn nothing from Zombie? What was that movie?
I'm a
Zombie.
second-degree white
That's not
belt, bro.
Zombie. I don't even remember anymore. Zombie.
Can you be second-degree white belt? Is that a thing?
I don't think so.
No? Okay.
Nah,
There's
Rob just
most-
played it.
Zombie Land? Are you talking about?
Yeah,
Zombie Land?
yeah. The like Rule 18 or
Okay.
whatever. Limber up. Come on, Rob.
Oh, okay. I wasn't sure if you were talking about that. I was like, he would know Zombie Land.
Well, yeah, that's what I was like.
Wouldn't he?
Like the title's right there. It's like, I love the way
Yeah.
that movie was edited. I love that. But that's neither here
Yeah.
nor there. And then I guess, well, I guess we'll probably know the answer. What is your favorite game of all time?
Crazy Taxi.
Crazy Taxi's up there.
Pinball.
I'll give you a quick list. World of Warcraft had probably the most impact on my life besides Destiny. Destiny's up there. Other games, Ratchet and Clank series. Love that entire series.
okay.
Love it. I wish they brought back multiplayer. Feels bad. Sonic Adventure 2 on the Dreamcast.
Yeah,
baby! I was on the
Yeah.
GameCube, but it's
And
all
then-
Oh,
I gotta put Final Fantasy X on there.
Makes sense.
As
You gotta remember
as
your
one of my
roots.
favorites. Right.
Sonic
exactly.
Adventure 2 is my childhood. God.
Does not
Wait, was
age
that
well,
on the
but man.
Dreamcast and
It
on
was
the
on.
GameCube?
It was
It was
Dreamcast
it was-
and GameCube.
Yeah, Dreamcast and GameCube. It came over as Sonic Adventure 2 Battle on the GameCube.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
then there was
so
also
you
the
played
Sonic
a
Adventure
different
1
version.
Director's Cut.
Did you do the Chow where you like made a
Chow
and
Garden,
they, like,
bro.
They like fought. Like I
Me
put
and my
more
friend
hours
Rob.
into that than the actual game.
100%. Like
Me
I would
and my
only.
friend- me and my friend Rob using the little
name
VMAs.
Rob?
What's it called? VMA? VMU.
Itself.
VMU.
Something. Yeah, something. Like
I think it was
that.
called VMU.
Yeah.
Every day at school. What level is your chow?
Yeah.
Oh, my strength. I just got up to this every day for 3.
Did you have an evil or a
years.
evil or god?
Oh,
Chow?
I had everything. I
Okay,
had
so-
every. I was
okay.
looking up guides.
Yeah.
I was like, how do I
You could-
make one of every? How do I make a
Yeah.
super
How do you
fast
put pumpkin one on their head? Like
Every-
On the
everything.
pumpkins.
I was obsessed with
I would
chow.
like. I would like try
I
to
was
breed
too.
like a shadow chow and like Sonic chows and stuff. Oh,
Yeah.
okay, it was classic.
The countless days of just farming only like the green animals to increase your like swimming or whatever,
Yeah.
whatever it was. Just like
Because
oh
then they'd grow like flippers, or they'd like have.
yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
They would get different features based on the animals that you gave
Yeah.
them.
You would never actually play the game. Like the only time you would ever actually go to play
Yeah.
like the actual game
Is to
was
get
to
the purple
farm.
crystals
yeah,
or-
was
Yeah.
to farm stuff for the chows.
yeah. If you grab like a green animal, you're like, great. Now I have to wait till I
Oh,
get
hell
more,
yeah.
and then it'll drop off at the
Yeah.
end. When like that was the best game ever.
Oh man, miss it.
And then you could get like rare animals too, like a lion or like there's like a unicorn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could
All
get like
the
weird
box
spawns
chows.
and stuff. Yeah.
God, that game was.
Oh man.
They,
I
they
like
never
that
brought
game a
back a
lot.
chow garden, man. They need to bring
Yeah,
that
yeah.
back.
Yeah,
did.
they do for sure.
I'll be honest, didn't
They
play that one,
absolutely
so
did.
this one's going
It's just,
right over my head.
It did
Chows,
not,
yeah.
it did not age well. The
That's it.
Sonic and Shadow levels are still pretty good, but the other ones,
oh well, yeah,
Did
like
not
Eggman
age
and,
well.
like Tails and like
yeah,
their levels or like
Didn't,
find the
The
Chaos
Knuckles
Emeralds.
levels. Oh Jesus,
Yeah, and, like,
those are so
Yeah.
bad.
But the Sonic and Shadow ones, still
Not as bad as
A+.
Sonic Adventure
We
1,
will
like,
escape
big
from the
fat.
city.
Oh yeah.
So we gathered a few questions from viewers.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I
boy.
sifted through. I'll be honest,
Specifically-
most of them were Destiny. So
Be
I
kind.
tried to
Shocker, to say the least.
I tried to pick
You do
anything that
Destiny,
wasn't Destiny. So Zito Auditor wants to know what would be your spirit animal. And I guess this could go for all of us because we haven't talked about spirit animals.
Spirit animal. I've always been obsessed with cheetahs ever since I was a kid. I'm just like, I really like cheetahs.
Yeah,
and I
they're
know I have a
cool.
friend named Leopard. But
Go Leopard, go.
I just
Destiny.
love cheetahs,
And go
man.
leopard go.
I love cheetahs. I think cheetah would be my spirit animal. For no other reason, just like, I saw one as a kid and I was like, I like that.
Yeah.
That is a thing
That is
I
my
enjoy.
animal.
That's it, yeah.
Rob, what would you be? Something quick-tempered.
Something quick-tempered. I guess a hippo. Like, because if you come near
That's
a
a good
hippo,
one.
Yeah.
it's gonna like
That's
kill
true.
you.
Hippos are
And I'm
dead.
like lazy.
hippos mess you
And
up.
I'm like,
Kill.
Yeah, I'll kill you. Like, you don't want to mess. If I'm popping off,
Hold on,
bro,
hey,
like,
well, what?
you better watch out. Like,
jeez.
but I'm like lazy too, like just like a hippo, so I'm big and fat. But thank God I have a metabolism of whatever, I have a good metabolism for the hippo.
I've got metabolism of something that's got a good metabolism.
Something guy.
Something
Yeah,
that's good
jeez.
metabolism.
Yeah, well
What about you?
well
A
put,
dolphin
Rob.
deer?
The dolphin deer.
I mean, if I was going Datto's route, I would be a flying squirrel, based nothing else on the fact that I really like them.
You like flying squirrels?
Yeah, as a little kid, dude, they were like enamored by them. I still am, but unfortunately, I guess they make really bad pets. They're like super noisy.
So do cheetahs.
Me too, of them,
Yeah,
right?
Did you like
Cheetahs
look
tend
into
to-
it, like getting one as a pet?
Well, so it's illegal in a lot of states, because most of them are called like sugar gliders and stuff. But they stay up at night. That's the only time they do it. They just fly around everywhere, and because of that, they just poop wherever they want. They're just flying and pooping everywhere. And yeah, I guess they make like a whole bunch of noise. They're really high maintenance. You got to watch out. So,
Yeah, forget that.
but as far as like an animal I could align myself with, it's tough, man. What is an animal that could totally be fine living on its own, but if it has to come into contact with another animal, it's like, all right, that's fine.
Octopus.
An octopus?
Yeah.
What do you like,
Well, you tell me. You see octopuses rolling with other octopuses?
Oh.
No.
I like a
Well, like-
bear, maybe.
I guess.
Oh,
are
but I
you
think
thinking like a
bears
lone
are pretty
wolf?
chill.
You think like a lone wolf animal?
I was also thinking
Yeah.
wolf. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Ostrich?
I guess I could be a wolf because like I guess I
Wolf.
could just be by myself.
Wild-
but if the
wild
pack's
boar.
like, yo, let's squat up for a day, I guess I'd be like, all right. But then after we squat up and kill
Calm
something, like,
down.
all right, I need to go recharge and go in my own meadow for
Yeah.
a while. That would be my spirit animal.
What about
Fair
you,
enough.
Billy?
Well, I mean, I think everyone has characterized me as a penguin, but if we're talking like characteristics, like purely based on likes and like characteristics, I
Llama.
would be a llama. What the?
Oh, llama.
God, it does.
Silly
probably be a
llama,
sloth.
happy llama.
Your boy is
A
lazy.
sloth?
I don't do
Sloth.
anything. I don't do anything special. I'm
You
just
do other
Have you-
things upside down too?
yeah.
Oh yeah. Have you seen the
For some
videos
reason-
of the baby sloths? Like the little noise they make. It's so
Yeah.
funny.
Oh, I love
Yeah, it's
yo,
like,
I love sloths, man. Yeah, purely based on how much sloths are dope. I love sloths.
That's
I do
respectable.
for some reason have a penchant for being really good at playing things inverted, as you guys got pissed at me several times.
Oh,
at that.
yeah.
I'm still
weirdo.
convinced you weren't inverted, but
I don't
I
know.
play inverted.
whoa.
Oh, really? Ooh,
Yep.
see?
I
Me
play
and Dad
inverted.
don't understand it. We respect it.
Well, what did you start on like Goldeneye? Because I know most people who are like I play
GoldenEye.
inverted is because they play Goldeneye.
Yep.
And Goldeneye was just default inverted.
Sole
The
reason.
only
Yep.
time I ever will do inverted is if I'm flying a plane. Like, that's the only time inverted feels normal to me, if it's a plane. Like,
Yeah.
you're not
I
thinking,
think of it because I think of it as a camera. I don't think of it as like a sheet of paper, right?
Uh-huh.
Right.
Because I did so much television stuff as well. It's like, okay, when you want to look up on a camera, you tilt down. And when you want to look
I
down,
mean,
you tilt
I'll be
up.
honest.
It's like pulling levers. I like it.
Theoretically, I'll be honest, inverted makes more sense. But for some reason, playing, it doesn't register. Like, but what you're saying, like that does make more sense. and that's always how I thought of inverted. But playing, I just can't.
Seasoned.
Yeah,
like,
no, it's just something you got used to, and that was it.
You have the muscle memory at that point too. So
right, yeah.
What? Oh, the Space Magic wants to know. He needs some IRL optimal DPS advice. What would be optimal DPS at Taco Bell?
oh,
What is it? I like getting a steak quesadilla. I'm a simple man.
You
Steak
the
quesadilla when they came out with those double steak ones.
I see
like-
you
I
two
was
are a man
all
of
over
culture.
that.
yeah, the
all
quesadillas
over that.
are actually really good. Like
Not bad. They're not bad.
We were at Guardian Con and we spent like $60.
Oh my
on
god,
this
at
on
Taco
card.
Bell. You know
What did
how
you
much?
get?
Okay,
What did
so
you get?
what I get? 2 steak
here we
quesadillas.
go.
We got so much.
You get 2 steak
Ate
quesadillas.
all of it. Ate
You,
every
you
single
ask
piece.
for sides of spicy ranch for each. So you dip your steak quesadillas in the spicy ranch. You
have
won't
a
regret
science
it.
for every place you go to.
You won't regret it. Yeah, I have a problem,
gotta have
Blue.
a method.
I know. Yeah, you gotta have a method. There's a method to the madness. Then I get, with Hassan, I don't remember how many. I think I got like.
You got like 2 Doritos Locos Tacos.
Oh no! I got 2 quesalupas. I think
Oh,
they
that's
were
right.
Oh, hell
that
yeah.
was before they were taken off, whatever. Which is like
Feels bad.
they're like cheesy quesadillas as taco shells, and then you got I think just like a beef supreme, and then I also just got like 2 beef supreme hard tacos, and
My
And then you
God.
got the double lupa thing, the double chalupa.
no,
So it's
that
like
was the
a-
quesalupa thing.
Oh, okay.
And then I might have gotten like a Mexican pizza or something. I don't know.
I used to also do steak quesarito, whatever
Steak
that
quesadillas.
ends
I
up
do
being. I was just like,
quesarito.
anything steak or chicken, like just throw that shit. Let's put some cheese on it and break. Yeah, I don't.
That's the spirit of
I just
Taco
don't
Bell
care.
right
Just
there.
give it to me.
You just gotta get Baja Blast. As long as you get Baja
Yeah,
Blast,
Baja
at-
Blast
I-
is mandatory.
I think we
Yeah.
talked about this. I'm not a fan. Not a
I
fan.
You're doing it wrong.
I feel like I've tried it and I wasn't enthused with it.
Yeah.
try it
But
again.
I need to
Try
give it a
again.
shot.
Try it again.
Second time.
It's-
I can't-
That's when
Wait,
you really.
no, but you know what you need to try next time you go to Taco Bell? Diablo sauce. The Diablo sauce is fire. It's like
Wait.
sweet but still spicy. It's so
yeah,
good.
that's
It's
actually
sweet
why.
but a spice.
That's
Oh,
actually
dude,
why I
it's-
don't like it. Like,
Oh no, it's like oh you
Yeah.
don't like the sweetness from it?
No.
Oh, it's good.
What-
I feel like it's less. I feel like it's
You need to
less
try it,
hot.
Kristen.
I
If
feel like
you
it's less
spicy-
hot than the fire
do.
sauce. That's why I
Yeah,
don't get
so
it.
You try it. Try it. Try it with the
I'll-
Diablo.
I'll think
it's
about it.
way too good.
All right.
Mellow Mike 28 wants to know if you could hop into a time machine, where would you go and why?
I want to go into the future, man. I just want to see like before our planet explodes in 100 years. Like
That's
where,
how soon
like
it's
what,
gonna be.
what is like
Yeah,
what is
geez.
like peak? I would love to know like what is going to be Earth peak technological achievement.
Like Earth's golden age?
Like when we're there.
Yeah. Like what is
yeah.
like what is like
when we're
where
here.
where is Earth's peak? Where is
Right
the
there.
peak of Earth?
You're looking for climax.
That's where I want to know, and that's where I want to go, just to see like how much things have changed. Because
I'm with you.
you
on
think
that.
about now compared to maybe 15 years ago, it doesn't feel like a whole lot has changed, even though a lot of things have changed. But I just I want to know like 100 years, 200 years, 2,000 years, 20,000 years.
What our peak
Like,
is, yeah.
Where's peak Earth?
Well, I also want to do
Like,
that because
I would love that.
then you get to see like historically what people took away from our times. Like what were the
Right.
things, the headlines and the things people remembered or didn't remember that maybe we thought were more important
Like,
than they
Here's
were.
the 90s,
4K.
here's the 90s, here's 2000s, and then we skipped the 2010s because it was literally just memes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the internet was born memes and
I want
it
to
went
travel
down.
like into the
This is
future.
2010 art.
But like right as our generation's like phasing out of technology, so like when we're like 70 or 80, and I want to see what I'm doing in that point, and like people are like teleporting and stuff like that, and here I am just like
Yeah.
playing. Like,
Well, we
PlayStation.
all thought we were gonna have flying cars by.
Yeah.
I remember reading some like a long time ago. I don't know if it stuck out to me, but like, oh, we're gonna have flying cars by 2001. 2001 rolls around. We're not even-
and now
Oh,
we're,
so
the
now we're
Jetsons,
having
dude,
trouble
we're
trying
behind,
to
we're
convince
way
people to
behind.
do self-driving cars. We're not even there yet.
Yeah.
when our generation starts fading out, like that's when we're gonna start getting the really really cool stuff.
I think so
feel
too.
I think that's every generation though. Like we're always looking forward to what's next.
Yeah, but the best
'Cause
thing we have is like this, like a cell phone. Like
Well, okay,
But,
okay.
If you think about it, the last generation, this was not even a thing.
That's not even
Like-
a thing.
Like, this was like the size of your arm, and like all it could do was call people. And now
See-
you have NASA's
think of
computer that they
anything.
use to get people to the moon.
Yeah.
in
We're
your
thinking
pocket.
we're thinking about like what we have and like how much farther it could go. It's like, yeah,
What
like
if
by the
this
time
is
we
far?
die, it's like, oh, dude, like we didn't have this when I was a kid. Like,
Yeah, man. You guys are just so
I
lucky.
don't know.
you guys have your
Future's
transportation
crazy,
microphones. Like, wait, I don't
Well,
know.
see, I'm
technology's
thinking
scary,
we
100%.
jump 1,000 years in the future, and I would think mankind's not on Earth anymore. I would assume so.
you figure
1,000
Yeah.
years.
I
We
feel
go
like
ruin
we're running
another
out of
planet.
natural resources, right? And then on top of that, well, if we can get our space race together, because as long as every nation is divided, that's the problem. That's why, like in sci-fi movies, you always have the thing where like an alien race comes, and that's what like unites humanity or something.
Right.
We need an event like that where everyone's like, "Yo, if we don't do something, we're screwed on this planet. So either we got to dip or we got to change something. Unless everybody's on the same page,
Yeah.
we're in trouble."
So we need some sort of apocalyptic-like event
Yeah.
to
Yeah, we
bring
need, like, an
humanity
independent-
together.
just a little
You're
scare.
saying
We don't need it to
Independence
happen,
Day.
but just a little
Yeah.
like, "Hey, by
Just
the way."
something.
I have a question for the group. Do you
Yes.
think we'll come
Yes,
into like contact with like intergalactic beings in our lifetime?
I feel like we already have.
I'm saying like to the public, like
In,
Oh,
in
to
our
the public.
lifetime, I don't think it'll happen. But I think the odds are too great that it just never happens ever.
Yeah, I
like
agree.
there's so many of everything. There's got to be one other, right? There's
Yeah.
got to
Yeah.
be one other.
I mean,
Just
if you
one.
There's just so much
if
space.
you
How are we
put
the
on
only ones?
paper, like just a billion stars. But if you were to like picture that a billion stars, okay, now actually like see a picture of how many a billion planets is. Now
Probably
just-
way more than that.
There's more than that. Yeah, I'm sure there's more
Yeah,
than a
there's
billion
more-
stars,
way
but
more
just
than that.
even just
Significantly way
a
more than
billion. Like the odds that one of these, because the thing about Earth is just everything went right, which is why we're here. So you
And
have to
you would think
assume
the odds-
that's you'd have to
Fucking
think if it can happen to us, it's happened somewhere else. Maybe not the
It's-
exact same kind of, like we have no idea what it could look like, but some sort of life somewhere.
Yeah.
I
Some
feel
sort
it's-
of some sort of thing. I think the odds are too far great that maybe we never contact them or they never contact us, but I think the odds that there's something else out there somewhere
it's just way
is
too high.
really high.
I
high.
I am more scared of the idea that we're the only ones than I am of finding
That would be sad.
like crazy alien life.
That would be like really.
That's
sad
lonely.
That,
That's scary. That's way scarier to think that we could be the only ones. But
like whether it be like a being like someone like us or like a little amoeba, like there is like something I think like
Yeah.
Well, the
There's
most
gotta be.
interesting thing when I think about space is the fact that like we can look at this planet, like we discover some planet light years away, but we're looking at the planet thousands of years ago. Like that's the thing that I
Right.
find so interesting. So like for all we
I
know,
always forget about that.
some other race has found Earth, but they're in that same thing where they're looking at Earth and it's like it just got hit by the meteor or something. You know, like it's just
Right,
a molten planet, and they're like, oh, there's no life there. You know, like that's
Yeah.
the interesting to me is we could be looking at the Death Star. Yeah, we could be looking at the Death Star, but it's not orbiting the planet yet, from what we're looking. You know what I mean?
Right.
That's always what I
Yeah.
find most interesting.
It's crazy. It's so crazy, man. Space
just the
is
way
weird.
light travels, yeah.
Space is crazy.
Space is
Like, did you see that
Science is crazy,
Saturn,
dude.
that, like, thing that became part of Saturn, like that little satellite that was taking pictures of Saturn.
Oh, yeah,
and
yeah.
like
Mhm.
became like part of Saturn or something. There was like a storm.
Yeah,
for, like,
that
3
mission
months
just
straight.
finished. Yeah.
Yeah,
The
that's
last
crazy.
photo it took.
Feels bad, man.
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy though that was like a 23-year mission just to get it to
Yeah.
land and all the pictures and stuff. Like it's crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you can't land on Saturn, right? Because it's like gas
I
or
think it's,
something, or is that?
No, Jupiter isn't Jupiter a gas? I don't know what Saturn.
I think
is.
it is Jupiter. Now that you say that, I think it's Jupiter because that's the biggest one, right?
No,
Yes,
Saturn's biggest one, I think.
That
right?
in our
No,
I
I'm
think
sure
Jupiter's the biggest planet in our solar system.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it's
I
just a
think so,
big thing
yeah.
of gas.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure as well.
I'm pretty sure it's Pluto.
Pretty sure. Oh, Pluto. Yeah, shout out Pluto.
You can't forget
You're
Pluto.
Still our boy.
Pluto.
Still our boy.
At Shoddy50 wants to know what decision was the hardest to make in your life thus far.
I mean, the only like super hard one was, I guess maybe figuring out if I wanted to stay in the television industry or if I wanted to risk trying to go for YouTube, because I had somewhat of a job lined up, ready to go at a post-production house, which is where I wanted to work. But I also really wanted to give the whole YouTube thing a shot because I knew if it blew up, that it could be something that was very lucrative and very fun, and it was going to be something that I was going to enjoy. So if YouTube didn't kick off and I didn't get that job at the post house, I could be, you know, probably still stuck in Los Angeles working the same production assistant jobs for, you know, the past 3 years. So there'll be 6 years of working as a PA. And I know people who are PAs for longer than 6 years, and I don't know how the hell they do it. So it was probably that. I want to say that maybe the decision to move out to California was a kind of a hard one, but it wasn't a hard one in that I knew I had to do it. Otherwise, I basically wasn't going to move anywhere in my career. Like, there are other places that are starting to, you know, sprout up now that are good for the film and television industry. But if you have no connections, you don't know anybody, you know nothing about the industry at all, you just got to go to California. So that wasn't a difficult decision, but it was just like the transition from, you know, going to college and home life and suburb life, and then just throwing myself into the city just head first.
Yeah.
And trying to learn from there.
Well, LA is definitely like an intimidating place too. Like,
oh, it
when
very
you first
much
get
is.
there,
Yeah.
it's very intimidating.
Yep.
At least it worked out, though.
Very scary.
Spoilers.
It did work out.
Woo!
So, good stuff.
That's
And now he's
you
our
go back
DM.
in time like, hey man, don't worry, good stuff.
Oh, I have a
Yeah.
question for you, Datto. When's the first time you played Dungeons and Dragons?
Not too long ago. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, it's probably when we start playing, a couple years ago.
Okay.
I had always been
Really,
interested.
really.
Yeah, no, it hasn't been a long-term thing for me. I've always been interested in it,
Mhm.
or like thought about it, like, oh, that'd be cool, but I never really had the support staff to really do something about it.
Yeah.
And so one day, you know, just like we were having a little meeting, a little chit chat, and I was like, who wants to like start a D&D thing? And a bunch of people chimed in like, oh, I DM a whole lot, and oh, I really want to play, and blah blah blah. So we just kind of started playing a couple years ago, and that's how that started. And yeah,
Okay.
not a long-term thing at all.
Okay. See, I thought it was definitely like a long-term kind of thing.
Yeah.
Dan's bro 12 wants to know how many pairs of shoes do you go through?
Not many. I still have the same shoes that I bought.
Let me see you, Datto. We can compare shoes right
Oh,
now.
Rob has his like Yeezys or
I
something.
do.
Sneakerhead
I wore these today.
Yeah,
Yeezys,
These
baby.
these are the only sneakers I own. I own sneakers.
I wore these to my student loan meeting.
I own these sandals that I've had for probably about a decade. And I have some dress shoes, and that's all I
swear.
have. Those shoes are about 5 years old. And before those, I had like skate shoes that were probably about 3 years old. So I do not own a lot of shoes. In fact, I'm very due for a new set of shoes. Probably buy a couple pairs. Yeah, I'm not a big shoe guy. Not a big shoe guy.
Lucky. You say
Then
long
again, I don't
run.
really ever need to wear them when you're in an apartment for 99% of your life.
So what you're telling me is you also don't own any pants.
I own a good amount of jeans.
I can't
we
imagine
all,
that.
we all
I
only have
cannot
two
imagine
pairs
that.
that we only wear.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Because
I
listen,
have-
no,
There's only like
I
two
could be wearing
pairs you
nothing
only
and no one
wear.
knows right now. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah, no, I have a good amount of jeans. I got some khakis. I got some nice dress pants.
I just can't see Datto in
But-
pants.
I think
the thing
Datto,
is,
man.
I've
The first
never
time I
had
met Datto,
to
he was wearing
wear
pants.
long pants since I moved out to the West Coast because it's always been so nice. Like
Yeah.
I think when winter rolls around in Seattle, that's gonna be the first time in a long
yeah,
time
dude, you're
where I
right.
actually wear
That's
long
not-
pants, and it's
gonna
gonna
be
be
weird.
But yeah, every day
Seattle
in
winter's not
California is shorts and t-shirt weather, so I've never needed to wear them because I just get hot. So yeah.
You've seen snow though, right? Like
I lived on Long Island, New York,
That's
for 18 years. So yeah. Plus,
You know what
I've
cold
gone
winter's
skiing. Probably.
You ski or snowboard?
I wanted to learn to snowboard. I've only been snowboarding once. I ski right now.
Okay.
I haven't been skiing in a while, but I used to ski almost
up to
every
Mammoth?
year. Say again?
Did you go up to Mammoth ever in Cali when you lived down there?
No,
That's
no, I
awesome.
never went up.
Sweet.
I went to what was it? Okemo in Vermont. That's the mountain me and my family used to go to, and we went probably about once a year for a couple of days, depending on how much vacation time my dad was willing to put in. And yeah, so I've skied a lot. Pretty proficient skier.
Did you ever ski, Christian?
No, I thought we talked about this. I hate it because we moved here,
You
and
hate skiing.
yeah, listen. Okay, so this
Lives
is
in
it.
Colorado and hates it.
Yeah, because my dad ruined it for me. Because we would go. The thing too is like my dad always tells me, he's like, if only you kept racing. He's like, because Ethan, my brother,
yeah, that's right, your brother.
yeah, he races like competitively now.
Oh, wow.
And he's super good. But Ethan was even saying, like, if you stuck to it, he was like, you were better than me at the time. He's like, if you stuck at it, you would have been fine. Like, you would have been doing so. I was like, I don't care. I hated it. Because what would happen was, we'd go there. First off, I can't wear my glasses when I'm skiing. So I'm practically blind. Yeah. Like, they wouldn't fit and stuff, and it would break my glasses. So I had to wear my goggles without my glasses. So first off, I'm legally blind going down the mountain. I'm pretty much just like a 30 mile per hour danger. So I'm going down there, and then because of that, it gives me headaches because I can't focus on anything. I'm cold. I hate being cold. And then on top of that, like, it wasn't too bad. I love going down greens because greens, you can go as fast as you want. There's no risk, like, because they're just small little slopes, pretty much. Like, no danger of super curves or anything. So it's like you could just coast down that thing up, like, and it was enjoyable. But the thing is, I was young, so I had to have one of my parents stay with me, and they didn't want to, especially my dad. So I remember one time we would do blues every now and then, but I was like, I don't really like these. So I'm like, can we just go down greens? And he's like, just do this one blue, and we'll see how this goes. So we go up the ski lift. I'm like, we're going up higher than I think like the blue should be going. My whole family's here, and we get to the top, and as soon as you get off the lift, you see the sign. It's a double black diamond, and I am so like, I'm like,
do you remember what mountain it was?
No, I have no idea. We get to the top of the hill. I look down. It's practically looking just like this is the cliff. It's vertical. The cliff is vertical, and on top of that, it's also
How
moguls.
old are you?
Like 11, 12, I have no idea. And there's moguls on it too. And I'm like, sweet Jesus. Like, I thought, like, I'm not going to get there. I'm not getting down without dying. I'm going to die.
I'm walking down this mountain.
So my dad doesn't even wait. He just, and then he's like going down the moguls. He's doing his thing. Cause I mean, he's been skiing all of his life. And I'm literally, I'm like sitting there terrified. Like, oh my. And so my mom, cause she'd always stay behind us to watch all this. Even my mom's like, oh my God, like, what has he done this time? And so she's like, I don't even know if I can do this. So we're going down the hill, and I am pieing for my life. And if you're unfamiliar when you're skiing, pieing is like, you take your skis, your legs, and you pretty much form like a pizza slice, kind of. Yeah, like a pie slice.
Pizza French fry.
To make you,
to slow yourself, and get more friction and traction and stuff.
For my life.
Yeah, so like my quads are killing me, and I'm just like, from the beginning, I am just pizza slicing down, going as slow, and even trying to go as slow, I keep picking up speed. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. And I hit moguls. It's like, I like.
You're not even using them properly. You're just
no. I'm trying to like go in between them, so I don't have to go on, like, take the bottoms of the moguls.
Yeah.
And I don't remember how long it was. I don't know what happened. I just know I got to that bottom, and that was it. At that moment, I was like, I'm sick of this.
I'm done.
So for every trip from them, they're like, we're going skiing this week. And I was like, you guys are. I'm staying here.
You're going skiing.
Yeah. Plus, it's when I started to pick up gaming too. So it worked because I had a timer when I played. So they'd have like a cooking timer. They'd be like, all right, you got 30 minutes to play. And it's like, it'd be like Modern Warfare 2. I'm like, oh, cool, that's 2 matches. So what would happen was they would go up for the weekend. and they'd give me like $40, like order some pizza or whatever. There's food in the fridge. You should be good until we get back like Sunday. And they leave like midday Friday. So what that meant to me was from midday Friday to the day they get back Sunday, I get a game. Yeah, I'm gaming. I'm eating pizza. I'm drinking soda. Those were the and
life.
Then, they turned into the best weekends. And then they'd come back, and I'd try to like, I'd hear the garage door open. I'd pretend to like shut off all the video games and pretend I was just watching TV or something. Like, were you playing video games the whole time? We go, no. Of
course not.
What? Yeah, I'm sweating.
Your like eyes are all tweaked out. You're like,
yeah, I haven't slept. Like, I don't know what you're talking about.
I just dropped a 30 bomb, bro.
I just got a nuke.
I got 3 nukes, Mom. All right.
I like that story. That's a good story.
So that's why he ruined it for me. Because I guess it worked different ways. Because then my brother, like the thrill of it, or who knows, but
yeah. If hypothetically, if I came to Colorado and I was like, "Yo, let's go do some greens and blues. Let's go to Boulder or something like that."
If one of my like, if you came out, of course I'll go. But it's like
because I'm
on my own. I'm not gonna make a trip.
Yeah, like I can do the diamonds and occasional double blacks. Like I can do it. Yeah. But that's not to say I really enjoy it. Like I do just enjoy like coasting and just going down. It's fun. I enjoy the coasting aspect.
I have with my friends is that they're all like parkour, like go to the parks and hit the rails. I've never been able to do that.
I'll do like a little like jump thing that someone has made in the snow, like and that's really the extent of it, you know.
Well, if you do too, because I've always wanted to, we can try and learn snowboarding, because that's what I wanted to do.
I'll teach you guys. I'm actually a pretty good snowboarder. I'll teach you guys.
All right.
I can't say I am.
Well,
just like riding a skateboard.
We'll prelim some ideas here.
Do it. Plus, I got some rooms for you to stay in. So
nice.
Yeah, and a Denver to Vail is like an hour, if that.
Hey, Blue, you can come.
Oh, am I invited too?
Have you ever skied or snowboard, bro, in Texas?
Yeah, have you ever?
If Rob
is there anywhere in Texas to do it?
No, there's literally.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's.
No way.
Rob said it's like skateboarding, and I was a pretty good skateboarder back in my day. So
yeah, well, see,
the thing that I didn't
pick it up like that. Then
I was like that too. I did a little bit of skateboarding, like 2 years of skateboarding when I was a teenager, and I thought it was gonna be like that as well. Like, oh, I've done skateboarding. Well, that's fine. The thing that got me was just I couldn't move my feet.
Yeah, that's
you can't bail and you can't move your feet, and that was the thing that threw me off. I'm like, I like to like reposition my feet to get comfortable, and now I can't move them, and I'm just locked.
Yeah, well, and like the scary thing with snowboarding too is like when you eat it on a snowboard, like you get hurt.
Oh, it sucks.
You're locked in there.
Yeah.
Like, one time I was falling down a mountain, I was going really fast, and I was falling like my legs were doing like a propeller kind of thing, and like if I had like one more rotation, bro, I would have snapped both my ankles. It was and then like it jammed in the snow. Oh, it hurts so
bad. Thanks, Rob. That's some really good reinforcement.
It's much different to skiing because if you bail on skis, like
you pop out way
you just kind of like you slowly like skirt down. You slowly fall on your butt and you just kind of slide a little bit. Maybe your ski pops off and you go back up and get it. Snowboarding is like if you bail. Going fast,
you're dead.
You're gonna suck wiener. So
that's I can't say because obviously I haven't snowboarded. It was always skiing, but that's what I heard. Like, just prepare for like your butt to be sore if you start learning, because it's a whole bunch of like, especially like if you need to reorientate, you don't know what to do, you just plop down.
Yeah. Calves are the worst, man, especially with snowboarding. Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, that's background there. So you haven't done it at all, Blue?
I've never snowboarded. Nope.
Would you rather snowboard than ski?
I don't know. I
mean, after that, you still want to.
Skiing's probably easier to learn. I feel like
it sounds like both are actually terrifying.
If you're starting completely fresh, you might have an okay time with either. I personally think skiing is going to be a little bit easier. There's a reason why most people ski and not snowboard.
I've never actually seen like snow, so
you've never seen
wait snow? What? You've never seen snow?
Yeah, I've never really seen like.
Whoa.
I wish I've seen
like free like like icicles and shit. I've never seen like legit like white pavement.
Oh, wow.
I'm over it.
We got plenty. I can send you some.
I I
we
hate
can
it.
send some your
As soon
way.
as I see it snow, everyone's like, "Yay! It's snowing!" The thing I see is great. Now I have to brush off my car.
Oh, yeah.
I have a bunch of idiots who don't know how to drive in this stuff, like get in my way.
Yeah, I've pretty much lived in searing hot climate my entire life.
A desert.
Yeah.
It doesn't snow in San Antonio. I thought it snows in some.
It snowed. The only time it snowed was literally the year I was born.
Oh,
So I didn't
feels
actually see it. That was the last time it actually like snowed. The rest of the time it's either like sleet or stuff like that.
Yeah, gross snow.
Sleet sucks.
Yeah, we don't like sleet.
Nobody does.
Yeah, that was the closest.
Literally no one.
Sleet bad.
Think about
It's
it as not brushing snow off your car, scraping ice, or having
What?
warm.
Yeah.
The
it
driveway
sucks.
too and stuff.
The driveway.
Yeah. You gotta do
A lot of nights shoveling driveway.
Oh yeah, you gotta do driveway. Otherwise, the city because sometimes the city either takes a sidewalk, but it feels like most times not. So it's your responsibility. So you have to shovel out X amount this way and then X amount that way, and if you're not, you'll get fined. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Oof.
At Second Life Prod wants to know: Does Datto ever want to quit making videos because of people's negative comments?
No.
That's
If I do, when I do inevitably stop doing YouTube stuff, because it will happen.
No, no.
Stop it.
It will. I don't know when, but it will happen. It would not be because people leave negative YouTube comments or whatever. It would not be because of that at all. It would be
Do you ever have
because
like your parents like see that stuff and like get mad? Like
they don't look at it. My dad only wants to know like how the numbers looking like this month. And I was like, I don't know, this
You make any
million
money?
views, this many subs, and he's like, good.
that's
all right.
that's what I did.
Keep
How many
it.
I get today?
That's all I've already given him. I've given him Social Blade. I've given him all the stat tracking things. Nope, just how's the numbers this week?
Great.
Dad, we
Good.
talked about this.
Fine.
It's
They're
good.
sick.
So yeah, no, it wouldn't be because of that. It would be because either I got bored with it, or Destiny is over, or I wanted something different out of a career path, and I found something else to do. That's about it.
We'll see what the future holds.
Yeah.
You're gonna become next insert X or Y of who you want to be. I have no idea.
Cool.
Yeah, sick.
trade that
I'm calling
in-
it next
in
Elon
post.
Musk. How about that?
Jake Paul.
The next
The
Jake
next
Paul, baby.
Aiden Cooper 18 wants to know: Will you be doing another episode of Who Wants to Be a Zerillionaire?
That
I
was
don't
so
see why we
funny.
couldn't.
That was so funny.
I mean, it'll probably be a while, but I don't see why we couldn't.
It'd be a lot
That was fun
easier.
together.
I tried to answer those questions. I didn't. I got
no.
the third one wrong. Like that's when I
Yeah.
was lost.
See, that's partly also what I wanted to do is for the audience to play along as well, because it's like people like playing along with
Yeah.
trivia stuff. So I think that's a cool thing for us to do for like me and Holtzman, and then
Did
it's like a
Holtzman
cool thing
legitly
for
get
the
all
audience.
those right, or did you like kind of slide him like? Yeah.
Did he?
And we'll find out.
We'll never know.
Scripted confirmed.
You wrote B on the
yeah,
mirror.
I thought it'd be like a fun thing for the audience too, to play along with it and see what kind of they know. It's a fun thing.
If
So
you guys,
I'm sure we can do one.
if you haven't seen it, you should go to Datto's channel. Well, pretty much what he does, he and Holtzman, he pretended to host like a Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
That's a nice suit.
Yeah, it was.
That's a nice
Thank
suit.
you.
But it was
Nice suit.
all these questions just so bizarre and like random. Like one of my favorite things too is when I was watching it and I scrolled down, and one of the top comments was, "You should have Mr. Fruit for the next one." And then and I think he like edited it, and he's like, "Well, now that I think about it, it'd probably be over in like 2 minutes." And I was like, "Yeah, he's not wrong," because I was like Rob. I was like first answer. I was like, "Oh, I know that one." Second one, I was like, "I'm already done." That's like I've lost.
Yeah.
And then the questions kept
I'm-
going. I was like, "What?"
I'm starting to put together. I actually had already put together a Destiny Jeopardy for year one of Destiny, like 60 questions, everything, and then the
What do I
final
put in my
question as well.
application?
And I'm going to rework it, and I want to do it at the next Guardian Con. I want to do like
That'd be cool.
I want to do like maybe 3 different groups or whatever of going through the Jeopardy, and then maybe we can even have the winners of all 3 and
Yeah,
do like
let's go,
another
like-
Jeopardy thing and see.
That'd be sick.
So I'm going to start working on that pretty soon.
What is optimal DPS?
Correct.
That is correct.
Here we go.
Here we go. I pulled
I'll
this
take
one
Sarah
out
for
because,
2
you know, I appreciated this guy, and I'm sure you'd appreciate it. Sub-Zero Stupid. It's quite the name. But he says, not a question, but some well-deserved praise. I know he gets a lot of stick from people, so wanted to voice the other side of the spectrum. He's one of my favorite content creators and is much-needed voice of reason in the community and rarely gets the respect he deserves. A huge thanks for being the 7th Fire Team member we've all needed at some point.
Oh, that's very nice.
Yeah.
That is nice.
Sub-Zero.
Nice.
You're not stupid at all.
Change your name. In fact, you know, I'll donate the $10 to change your gamer tag if that's what you need.
It's a nice guy.
But that also leads us to at Tofu Smurf.
You are the 1%.
Datto, can you please keep roasting people on Reddit with truth bombs? It gives me pleasure. Thanks.
Look,
Here we go.
I don't post replies to YouTube comments for them to get posted on Reddit.
But every day I
So
wake up and there's a new one.
I obviously would never do that stuff myself because I have a history with Reddit, and
This has 7,200 upvotes.
Is that the one from today?
That's
Yeah,
the
the
one
one
Yeah.
from today.
okay. So for those not in the know, I've done a couple of videos recently about my thoughts on the Nightfall timer, and how I think it's a good thing for the game because it doesn't make the Nightfall a pushover anymore. And some people had issue with that. And in the first video, I replied to a comment, and then that reply was put up on Reddit.
Front page,
And then-
like first.
Yeah,
First
like
post I
number one
see.
thing on Reddit. And I didn't read it at first because I was like, nope, there's no way anyone's agreeing with me on this based on past experiences. Not a chance. Nope. And then people told me, like, it's mostly good. Like, they're on your side. And I was like, that's weird. But
I don't believe it.
and then we had I had another video go up, and I guess I was just kind of like replying to a different comment, and now that comment got posted on Reddit, and that's today, as of the day of this recording, and I don't reply to comments in order to, first of all, for them to get posted on Reddit or anything, right? Like that's not the goal. My goal is to just explain my side of the story. But the final thing I'm going to say on all this Nightfall crap is that I enjoy the fact that there is an in-between, and I think there needs to be an in-between activity between the campaign and the raid that somehow mentally prepares you for failure. Because for the most part, the campaign is pretty easy, right? The adventures, pretty easy. For the most part, most active, like Strike Playlist is only light level 140, right? You pretty much coast through most of the game. So if you just coasted through most of the game and then you hit the raid and a new player hit the raid, the difficulty wall just slaps them in the face super hard. People are not used to failure outside of the raid or like trials or PvP or something like that. So having that in-between thing where you actually need to focus up and you need to start devising a plan or knowing your things a little bit better, or if anything, knowing that you can fail. Someone just subbed me. That was weird. Knowing that you can fail is something that I think everyone should have. So that way, if they do ever go into the raid, they're not just immediately slapped in the face by this huge difficulty wall because we go from, oh, it's not too bad, not too bad. Oh my God. And it just
What
goes
is
out of control.
this?
So that's
Delete
another
this.
reason why I think, and that's something I failed to mention in a video. So I'm just going to leave it at that. It's the last thing I'm going to talk about. That's it.
Oh, well said too.
As
Well
much
said.
as
Shut
much
up,
fun as
Reddit.
it is to roast people in my comment section for
I didn't
things
realize
I think
that.
are stupid,
Upvotes.
it's you know, sometimes I mean to be abrasive and other times I don't, and I know I come across as abrasive a lot of the time to some people with the way I phrase things, and I definitely could do a better job of phrasing things in a not as abrasive or prick-like way. Put it that way. I know I can do better than that. But sometimes I just like to do it because I'm a very sarcastic person. And I get enjoyment out of it because I'm a sick man.
Well played.
Well, if I were you, I would be flattered that you can just make a comment on the YouTube channel and someone's
Yeah.
like, well, look at what this person said on your front page of the Reddit. I think
not,
that's pretty funny.
and not only that, but it actually goes up. Like, it actually gets upvotes, and then it actually reaches the front page, and then
Like,
and there's discussions
where are these-
and
Where
I
are
don't
these
know.
people in my YouTube videos? Like, where are they making?
I don't know. But as long as I'm not
How
getting
many times have you been on the front page of Reddit?
like twice in the past 3 or 4 days, just from replying to YouTube comments.
Data's up
I
there
have
pretty
since stopped.
consistently.
You know, I did tell you this. I think Datto. The first time I ever went to your channel was that strike video about how it was too easy or something like that. Your first controversy in the Destiny scene was the first time I was ever.
Yeah,
It's
funny how it's how come around. Feels like, I mean, maybe not. We've come 180, but Reddit used to be much more not on my side, and now it feels like a much more 50-50 split. Like, you have the people who are like, I hate Nightfall Timer, and then you have all those people in that, and then there's people like, in those Reddit threads, like, I like the Nightfall Timer, and then you have all those people. There's much more two sides of the coin now, as opposed to the past where it only felt like there was the one side of the coin. And I was guilty of doing that as well. Like, I always was one side of the coin guy. I'd never considered the other sides. So you know what? Reddit and I are both learning how to consider
We're both growing
sides
together
of the coin.
Classic Reddit.
Except I get to yell at people in my YouTube comments and they don't.
Well, I think the subreddit is funny in general because, like, day one, Destiny 2, it's a great time. Give it a week and a half, and you don't see anything positive anymore. It's just like, wah!
Anger.
The
So much
honeymoon,
vitriol.
the honeymoon phase is over,
Yeah.
and I think it's fine for them to voice their opinions about certain things that they might not find enjoyable. Like, there's been a lot of talk about, the mod system kind of sucks, and I'm like, I don't disagree with that. Like, I don't think it completely sucks or anything, but I can definitely see why people might not enjoy the experience, and there's definitely parts of the experience that I don't enjoy either, and that's something Bungie needs to know, because if they wanted to continue with this mod system, they need to change something because some people don't like it. It's the same thing with the Nightfall stuff. It's the same thing with maybe shader stuff. It's the same, whatever the community wants to voice their opinion about. If it reaches the top page or front page or number one slot, it's obviously important to a lot of people, and
Or
Bungie
controversial.
should consider that. Yeah. So that's not to say that it's a perfect place of constructive criticism all the time, 100% of the time, but I think it's still important to the game's health that people are allowed to, talk about things that they think are issues.
Wait. Datto, did you just admit that people think you're important? Are you?
Yeah,
No.
by proxy. If it's
Datto,
on
you're
Reddit,
important.
No, I didn't mean like that.
No, but I don't mean it like that either. I mean, Datto's always like, "Oh, bro." Like,
No, I don't think
everyone.
I'm important.
People hate me. Like, people like hate me. And I'm like, Datto, what do you mean? People love you. We love you, man. And then
Listen.
boom, important. Front page Reddit, important. You're important to us, Datto.
you're relevant.
I didn't.
I know
will say
what you
I
mean.
care way too much about what people think of me. I care way too much. But yeah, no, that's not what I meant.
It's just
Love
take
yourself,
it. Just take
Datto.
it, yeah.
Love yourself.
Treat yourself.
I don't know how to respond, so
Take this weird
whatever.
way of me complimenting you.
I don't
think,
take compliments very often.
I think the truest thing though I've seen across the Reddit when they're saying was, like, Destiny 1 was, I forget like what exactly they said, it was like 10 feet wide and an inch deep. Now Destiny 2 is like a mile wide but still an inch deep. I think that's the one. Yeah, I would agree with that as well.
Yeah,
it's like there's
totally
more
agree.
stuff to do and it spreads farther, but still it only goes down so deep.
Like depth wise, it's
Yeah.
like that.
Like, what
Only
happens
so much
in
depth
3
behind
months from
everything.
now? Like, that's still up in the air. So
I mean,
Yeah, we're just gonna have to wait and see for this expansion and see what kind of features they start adding back in, because that's what the game needs, is just features, more reasons to go do stuff.
I mean, so far I'm liking
towards the end game.
if they keep the roadmap where, like, right now we're getting some event, like we're gonna have this rally the troop or the factions thing, which we have no idea what that's gonna be. Iron Banner will return, but like looks like we'll probably have something every week, and then see. Hopefully, they still have more content like this that they're able to put out there.
I'm interested in seeing more of like what they were talking about on these events, because they really talked about how they wanted to get more like actual content events out, and I still don't know what that means.
It means more masks.
So I'm excited to see like how that plays out, like what they mean by that.
I'm excited to see what kind of features they end up adding to the game, because like ranked play is definitely something a lot of people want. A lot of people want the heroic strike playlist back, even though it barely did anything.
It's gonna be grinding, bro.
Yeah. So.
Just give me a number.
I'm wondering where they're going.
Like Christian said, there's already an MMR system.
Yeah. What's the point?
Like
you can make so many people more happier if you just make it visible. Because then at that point, it's like, okay, well now I can flex it. So like, now I understand if I'm playing this and my skill rating is moving, I got to work for it. But if it's invisible and all it's doing is like, there's no benefit for me. Like literally just the difference of making it visible, I think would make a huge difference, because that's really all skill rating is. But like if it's already in the game, there's some sort of system implemented. I don't know. Yeah, we talked about this on the podcast before too, so like we should.
Yeah, all right.
The soapbox will come out again. So.
All right.
They did Halo 3 and that was a perfect ranking system. That's what all they have to do. But, it's like stuff like this, whatever, man. It's not that I want it or anything. I don't know what you're talking about.
It's not like you guys did it like 10 years ago.
Yeah, it's not like you've done this and know how to do it, but. What is your most irrational fear? This is for everybody at this point now.
Irrational?
Irrational? Yeah. Oh, man. I have plenty of rational fears. I don't know if I have any irrational fears.
My rational fears would be
like... Irrational means like it's not going to happen. Like it's very small chance.
Right. Like it just like...
It doesn't make much sense.
A shark is going to come into my apartment. Like
yeah.
That's irrational. Oh, man.
Well, it's like... I went to see It a week ago or whatever. And the whole thing is like... and there's all the memes now, like... What would Pennywise have to tell you to like make you come down and stuff? But for me, it's like, so Pennywise preys on the fear, like your biggest fears. So you see whatever your biggest fear is. So all these kids are seeing what they hate. And I was thinking, like, man, 10 years ago, 15 years ago when I was a kid, I didn't know what it would be. But right now, I think I told like Rob, it would be like Pennywise just like financial instability. And I'm like, oh, like that's, that would be like my biggest fear.
Your YouTube channel is 0 subs.
Yeah.
I am along those lines. I don't think that's an irrational fear though, right?
No.
I've been like that for most of my post-college life, making 15, 20,000 a year, just like hanging on by a thread and never really having a ton of my own money. And now that all I've done for 3.5 years is just save my money, it's a little bit better now. But it's also like, what if I did want to go buy like, what if I wanted to plant roots in Seattle and get a house, but then something bad happens with YouTube and now I can't make any more. I can't make a living off of YouTube, or I can't make a living off of Twitch anymore. Like, okay, now I'm stuck with this house that I can't pay for, and I gotta do this, and then I gotta make a career change, and then what if I go work over here and have to stop doing YouTube, but then that thing failed?
No, stop! It's too much. It's too relatable.
But it's all that's all rational.
No, yeah,
right?
yeah.
Exactly.
It's all rational fears.
That was a tangent.
Irrational fears.
Okay, so technical problem. I can't tell you what happened. Everything just froze, but we're back. Don't worry about it. Wherever we left off, I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, I think I said.
Datto described my existential crisis.
But irrational. Here's where you're gonna cut in. And,
okay. Yeah.
But irrational fear. I don't know. I don't really.
I would
have
say
any, like, just like crazy random. Like
a phobia.
Like getting hit by a car or something like that. Just like,
dude, I almost got hit by a car yesterday.
Just like,
that reminds me, bro.
You're just walking down the street and walking to Wendy's, and then just like a car loses a wheel and just careens it. Just like something crazy random.
I think mine's not as, it's not like super irrational, but mine would be bees. That's my irrational fear.
Bees.
Because like one, I took an insect class too, so like I know how valuable they are. Well, I mean, for me, mainly it's like wasps, but like just the whole insect thing. It's like I know they're good. They don't mean to just like their goal in life isn't like, yo, I'm just gonna sting this human because I hate him.
Right. I'm gonna sting this guy.
Except for wasps.
And
wasps
the thing too is, wasps suck. But it's like I've been stung multiple times now, and I know, like honestly, doesn't hurt that much. It's like a really tight pinch, and then that's it. But when I was super young, back in elementary school, we were out playing recess back in Florida, and we were throwing the wiffle ball back and forth. and my friend threw the wiffle ball at me, and by some miracle, through the wiffle ball's travel, a bee's flight like happened to come like at the same time. It got stuck in the wiffle ball mid-flight, so it's getting just like shook up. So then I catch it, and it's pissed. So it just comes out and stings me right there, and it was like I thought I was dying. And ever since then, like I know about it and everything, and I know they're not horrible, but like just because of that, I look back at that moment. And I just freeze every time I see like a wasp. Like I will run and scream like a little girl if I see it. Like
I've never been stung, good reason. So I freak out to just not be stung.
I've never been stung by a bee either.
It's really not that bad.
I can't say I've gotten an irrational fear from like bees and wasps because of that. I think I told you guys, Fruit and Rob, before. I literally got stung inside my mouth by a bee.
Oh.
Because I left one of my Coke cans out when I was like at a baseball game.
Oh no!
And the bee was like chilling, so I drank it.
F that.
Yeah, just thinking of that, man. Just thinking of that.
So it stung me in the mouth. Oh! I spit the bee out, and then I kill that shit because fuck you.
All right,
and then I was like, oh, bro, like.
What the hell? No. I'm noping out of that. Yeah, no
forget
thanks.
that.
Yeah, that's not a good. That's a no-bueno time. So, but I don't have an irrational fear of bees, despite that happening.
Yeah, I guess my irrational thought would be getting curb stomped. So like having your mouth
like American History X. Is that
that's like my like
irrational
thought.
Well, I don't feel like that's. I'm okay. It would be irrational if you think you're gonna get like curb stomp all the time.
Well, like, okay, but
it's just,
I mean,
like,
I think everybody. If you think about that, I think everybody is like, ugh. Like, who would want that?
I don't know, man. Jar Jar Binks coming and stabbing me to death with like a lightsaber and telling me he's like a part of the dark side. I don't know.
My irrational is just like crazy random like Final Destination crap just happening to me. It's like being behind a truck and you're like, well, I'm dead. Yeah. This is how I die.
Just some like unlucky
lane and you're fine.
Like never lucky kind of thing.
Every time I pass a truck when I'm driving, I always think something bad's gonna happen. Like, because it could be the slightest of things, man. Like they swerve, the thing they're carrying, their payload or whatever, just falls, or a screw. Because I always have my windows open, so like a screw falls off and goes through the window and hits me, or a tire. Or, like every time I pass a truck, it's like. I guess that's all.
I have a really big. Probably this is my literally only irrational fear, is of because there's all those scenes in movies where like people like dive into the water like in their car. And like they have to escape from their car, but they can't because of the water. So I have this crazy irrational fear that like every time we go over a bridge, over water, that we're just gonna like swerve off.
Just go ahead and roll your windows down.
I got some pro tips for you to make that irrational fear not an irrational fear at all. If you let the car fully sink underwater and then pressurize,
and then the door will
just relax, and you just open the door.
Yeah. Well, it's
it's crazy, but
still scary to me.
I have one of those tools where it's like it has like a seatbelt cutter on it, but it also has it has like a really sharp. It's almost like a needle or something, but it's supposed to be a windshield breaker. So like in cases of that too, you're supposed to be able to like hit corners or whatever, and then it should help break. So that
it just shatters.
You should get yourself one of those.
I feel like some headrests used to have that, or maybe they do, where you can literally pull out the headrest and it's pointy at the bottom, and you just go boop.
You could well, you could like jam it. You could like jam it into the bottom of the mirror and like lift it, and it'll crack the window. So
yeah, something like that. No, I'm not responsible for anyone who attempts.
Yeah, please don't try that.
I'm not saying try this.
Whether you are in danger or not, I do not know if that is on every single vehicle. This is not legal advice.
This is just like factoids. Maybe this actually happens.
Doesn't have anything.
So, Rob, what were you? Some about you almost got killed by a car. What happened?
Dude, all right. So I was on like my way to like the CSU financial office because I gotta get my student loans in check. So I'm like walking across the street, and I've always had like this, I wouldn't say fear, but like hope that I'd get hit by a car on campus. Because guess what? You just struck the Robert Venegas Scholarship Fund. So,
okay, I've talked to you about this.
That's like that's always like the goal.
No, anytime we're anywhere and there's a pedestrian crossing, like it'll be a red light. And Rob's like, let's go. And he's like, that's fine. It's a lawsuit waiting for me to win. I was like, not if it's not your turn to walk.
No,
like,
but
that
it
doesn't
was
just
my
give
turn.
you an excuse. Yeah, but you're like, it's a red light. Like, let's go. Lawsuit. I'm going to win this. I was like, I don't think you are. But that's your excuse for everything.
Career goal.
So
Yeah.
What's your career goal, Johnny? I want to get hit by a car.
I want to sue someone.
I really would like. I'd walk like on the crosswalks at campus and just pick. All right, today's the day. All right, but
I'm gonna sue someone.
I'm like walking to the new financial building, and there's this white truck, and I'm like walking across, and I'm like, they're like still coming. I was like, but they'll stop by the time they get to me, right? So like I'm like walk past, bro. The car hit my elbow. Like it hit my elbow. And like the chick was like in the car like and like she had like her phone, so she was like this.
Of course she was.
Yeah, exactly. And I was like, you stupid bitch, and I just kept walking.
All right.
Yeah. And, like I literally got so I thought I was like, oh my gosh, she's not gonna stop, and hit my elbow and it hurt.
I thought you were gonna be like,
you weren't thinking about that lawsuit in that moment.
I really was not thinking about. I was like, oh
Well,
my god.
it seems like you didn't.
If, like,
You didn't really try and get out of the way either. If you're like, oh my god, she's gonna hit me.
I was like, I went. Well, then I was thinking about that scholarship thing. I was like, well, here we go. Like on the way to the financial thing. Like this is the perfect moment.
Your dreams coming true flashed before your eyes.
Exactly.
Like,
I
this
don't
is the
want
moment.
this anymore.
But like she
Rob
like
takes a
gently
step back
tapped
in the
my
way,
elbow, and then saw her like this, and I was like, oh my god, I was just so mad.
I mean, to be, yeah. No.
Text. Do you guys text and drive honestly? When you
the only time I
Stoplights.
will is if I'm at a red light.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I'm at a red light, I will do it. I know you shouldn't. I still do it.
Yeah, I'll
but
take
as soon
it
as
for
that
now.
light is green. By the way,
All right,
here's
sorry,
pro
Dad.
tip,
We got to
if
take
ever
you in.
really
I heard
got-
you on the podcast.
This is an undercover sting operation the whole time.
They bust
Here,
you up.
pro tip. If you ever want to get somewhere really fast, make sure you have to text back someone because then every single light will be green. I promise you, 100% of the time, if I ever need to text someone, every single light's green. You get to anywhere you
Like,
want to go.
the
super
one
fast.
time. The one time.
Yep.
I feel like that. The lights never work for your favor.
No.
No.
Classic.
We could keep going, but we've made the past two way too long. Because originally it's like, all right, we're gonna go for we'll like cap at like 2 hours, and then the last two have almost they pushed 3 hours almost.
Oh, boy.
So
That's
I
fine,
I said we're gonna do a better job. I think this podcast again about par for the course. We got through most of the questions though, so there was some structure, but
yeah.
but for the rest of it, I guess at this point, if you're still like if you're looking forward to episodes, this is what you're gonna have to come to understand. Is we're gonna probably talk about food for like a third of the episode.
This is
like,
probably the best we've done.
Yeah, I feel like again this is peak. Once Data leaves us,
All downhill.
it's all
exactly.
downhill.
Like Dad said at the
I
beginning.
disagree.
I will say I'll ask this, especially I'm more interested now because we have learned that Dado knows a karate. Have
beat
any
our
of us
asses.
gotten into a fight?
One time.
No.
Like of the fisticuffs?
Yes,
not a
one
full blown fist fight. No, I got in like little scuffles here and shove people and whatever, but never like we're ready to go at each other or anything like
you're
that.
throwing fists. Like you're
Yeah,
throwing-
I've never come to that point. It's always been like shoving or like kind of pushing
you hit
people
him
around.
You hit him with
but
this, like whenever.
I do
like-
not hit them with the crane stance.
Well, that's like if you're like pro tip if you're ever in a fight and you do see the other person like pull out some pose, odds are they know something. And like unless you're super confident, I just dip. Like
leave.
Well, that's why I always say I'm like do some crazy shit like go like this. Because that guy's not gonna. Mess with
okay,
you.
but then you're overselling it. Like just a modest pose, but like one where you can tell like okay, they're just making sure they don't have like any openings. They're ready for anything. And at that point, you're like, okay, this has been fun. I'm out.
Yeah. It's like, nope, clearly you have won. I will
Yep.
give you the victory.
Yeah, you take this.
as long as you will spare my bones.
I'll hold that L.
I was in a fight. I don't know if it was like counts as like a fight because it ended very quickly. I think there was every time I would go to class. This was in middle school, so every time I would go to class, there would be like this one dude that would make fun of me, right? I don't know what like it would like legit like piss me off because I you know how you walk from class to class and you have to always go a certain route, and some people were already in other classes so like in gym class, right? So I'd have to walk through the gym to get to my next class, and this dude would always make fun of me. I would hate it so fucking much. So one day, I saw him like at the end of the day in not in gym or anything, just in a regular hallway, and he said I don't even remember what he said, but it just pissed me off so much that I legit did a 360, 180. I turned around like on a fucking dime, and I football tackled this kid to the ground and just started like punching him.
Oh my god!
I don't even
in the hallways.
In the hallways.
Damn.
No, you know what? Good for you.
So I don't even remember like what happened because it was just like pure rage. I don't remember I don't remember what he said to me. I don't even remember the 10 seconds of me just hitting him. My teacher pulled me off, and I was like, "Let me out! I'm gonna beat his ass, bro!"
Hold me back.
Like, not yet, Blue Westlow.
Not yet, Blue. Not yet.
You have much to learn.
Anyways, I don't think that guy never talked to me again, but that was nice. It was
Yeah,
nice.
Good.
that's
Hey,
how you
you
tell
know
him.
what?
Yeah, good.
You got to show him that you ain't a little bitch, and
Nobody messes with Boo Westlow.
The only reason I did it is because he was like a very talkative type of. He was like a mental bully. He wasn't like bigger than me.
He's not shoving you in the lockers.
Yeah, he wasn't like physically. He wasn't physically beating my ass.
How big are lockers that people are going to be able to just be shoved into them now? Because when I was in high school, the lockers were not big.
Yeah,
they were very small.
Until senior year.
Share too.
Yeah, we shared, and up until senior year, it wasn't even full lockers. They were like the size of a normal locker, but they have them, and then you share that with somebody. Like that was the lockers.
That's what I had. I had like the little halvesy thing. Like even if you wanted to try to shove yourself in it, like you need to be a contortionist to get in there.
Yeah, they're like half lockers now too. Like they're not even like full.
It would take me a little bit to learn actually how to use that the turning one, like to learn how to do that. What is it? Like?
You mean a lock?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
I
lock.
forget how to use it.
A lock.
I haven't used
that
those in
turning
so
thing.
long. I forget how to use those.
The turning
What is
lock?
it?
You go the first number you turn clockwise, and then once you go to the second one you
go backwards past that number, right?
Past it.
Pass it to that, and then you just go back to the last one. And then you go clockwise again to whatever number. You don't have to
your
like
locker room combo.
Oh no, absolutely not.
No.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely,
I thought I did.
that is useless
Nah,
information that my brain flushed
I
out a while
high
ago.
school ID.
So do I.
I still have my Villanova ID, I think.
Really? That's cool.
Oh,
Yeah,
people
I
were
still have
asking.
my original driver's license. I
What,
have my
Your social security card? Can you put that on the camera for me, please?
Hey!
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
my gosh! Wow!
Oh,
That does not look like you.
yeah. You don't look anything like
Wow.
that. Right
Yeah, you look so different.
See, this is.
It's crazy what a good haircut does.
now. Let me get mine, guys. Let me get mine.
You know what I mean?
Hang on.
Actually,
I probably shouldn't show.
Look at that. Look at those
I'm not gonna
long
show that
blonde
ID
hairs,
'cause
bro.
it's got my parents' address on it, so I'm not going to show that. But yeah, the
I look full of
evolution
life
of
in mine.
pictures on my driver's licenses is insane.
I feel like I'm gonna
Oh,
have to. I feel like I'm gonna have to blur yours, Rob. I feel like people are gonna pretty easily be able to find you because of that.
Oh, really?
I feel like pretty easily.
What about with this?
Oh yeah, that's my calling card.
Hey.
I forgot that my ID number was on them.
I was gonna say they have about everything they need to know to find
Crop
you.
that bottom part out. But show my Pokemon card.
Okay, yeah, they can see your Pokemon card. But people, I remember that was also a pretty prominent question. Was what was the degree you got?
Mine was media production, and this was Villanova does not have a great media production major, but it was the closest thing that they had to television for a degree at Villanova. I was originally at Villanova for physics. I was gonna be a physics major. And then I realized there's only about 8 roller coaster designers in the world. And I was like, yeah, that's probably not going to happen. So I got to change
That's what you
course.
wanted to do with your physics
I
major?
wanted to design roller coasters. That's what I wanted
That's
to
pretty
do.
sick. That would be sweet.
And so, yeah, I was like, I'd probably choose something a little more realistic. And I hopped around a whole bunch for 2 years trying to figure out what I wanted to do. And then my friend was like, oh, you should come work at the TV station. It's fun. And I had done video editing stuff in high school and kind of rekindled that flame. And I was like, I'm going to do this for a career. What do you have for options here at Villanova? Well, we have 2 classes that you already know way more things about that you don't need to take. And then we have one other thing that you also don't need to take. And I was like, great, diploma, please.
We'll charge you now.
But no, I did like a documentary all through my senior year that turned out pretty well with like a bunch of other people. But yeah, Villanova, not the greatest media production. I don't know what they're like now, but at the time, it wasn't the greatest media production courses available.
I don't think you're getting invited back to the alumni parties.
You know what? They just recently started calling me up again, wanting some of my money. So
That's
I think
so
I think I'm still okay.
When Sydney graduated, they had emailed her 2 days after her graduation asking for donations.
Oh yeah. I got it very quickly after as well.
So dumb.
And I was like, as soon as I start actually using my education for something besides anything that I was self-taught, I will give you some money. Until then, and for the first 5 years, I had to be like, look, I'm on the brink of being homeless. You need to stop calling me asking for money. When I have money, I will give you some. But until then, I'm living on $15,000 to $20,000 a year in Los Angeles, trying to scrape together a career. You're gonna have to wait, okay?
All right, but you sure you don't want to donate?
For my $18 donation.
So I'll call you tomorrow then.
And as soon as I went off on them, they didn't call me for 2 years.
That's what it takes sometimes.
It worked.
That's what it takes. But I guess we'll close this podcast out with that. 'Twas a pleasure having you, Datto, as always. Where can they find you across the internet? YouTube.com/DattoDoesDestiny, Twitch.tv/Datto, and Twitter or at DattoDoesDestiny. I know they're all different things. So are
Trust
mine.
me, I don't like that either.
Where's that Instagram at?
Don't use Instagram. I don't take pictures of anything interesting at all.
No, that's the
No
same way with
Snapchat, no Instagram, nothing.
my all my channels are different like that. Or like some of them are like my Mr. Fruit, like Mr. spelled out and everything. And there's I don't understand. Well, it's because YouTube, there was no option, so I had to spell it weird. But I feel you. Rob, where can they find you?
Twitch.tv/RabbyV, and then Twitter.com/RabbyV, and Instagram. I don't take many pictures.
Blue.
You can catch your boy Blue Westlow at twitch.tv/Blue Westlow, youtube.com/Blue Westlow, and Twitter at Blue Westlow. Also my Instagram.
Dang, Blue has got them all.
Nice.
You can find me in various locations. You might already know. I guess it doesn't matter that much. You should go visit the others. Mainly, go watch, if we mention it, if you haven't, go watch the Who Wants to Be a Zerillionaire if you're interested in Destiny, because you'll probably find that interesting. Yeah. But with that said, we had a great time, again, talking about...
Pleasure.
Whatever we were. We're at peak. So, again, if you guys did enjoy this, want to see more, be sure to show some love for the podcast. Make sure also to send those Blue Westlow avatars at my Twitter, at Mr. Fruit YT, and make sure to put the hashtag GGOverEasy, so then we'll probably do a poll, or we'll just choose one. I'm not sure which.
Make me look beautiful.
Yeah, each episode will have something different.
Or make the memes.
Or make a meme.
God, whatever. I spent a while making what I thought was a pretty cool. Like, I looked at that and I was like, I could see that in like an old school RPG, where they have like the little text pop up,
Yeah.
like the little icon. Yeah, I was like, man, like this is pretty classy. And then Rob. So
I made this for you, Blue, and you vote for Rob's.
Yeah, God. So with that said, thank you very much for watching and or listening. Have yourselves a fantastic day. We'll talk to you in the next one. Farewell.